Will boost military ties with Japan to help keep stability in the region as China grows more assertive. Defence Minister Richard Marles and Foreign Minister Penny Wong have met their Japanese counterparts in Tokyo. Japanese fighter jets could be deployed to Australia's north over coming years as part of increased military cooperation. Now turning to FIVEAA sport, and Australia is currently 3 for 426 early on day 2 of the second test against the West Indies at Adelaide Oval. It's game day for the 36ers. Daniel Johnson will play his 400th match tonight against the Wildcats. He says a win will mean a lot for the Sixers season.
It's a massive game for the club. I think we've been trending in the right direction, like I said, but if we can get this one and then obviously over to South East on Sunday, if we can have a big weekend, it'll be good for the club.
And Socceroos goal scorer Craig Goodwin will be given a guard of honour tonight before Adelaide United takes on the Roar in Brisbane. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
At Blakeview, smash on Main North Road near Yuley Road. Glenelg East, urgent electrical works there. Anzac Highway near Pine Avenue. Hope Valley, you'll find emergency waterworks today. Grand Junction Road near Valley Road. While on North Adelaide, War Memorial Drive is closed for the cricket. That's just in front of the Adelaide Oval. Busy at the moment, Muller Road at North East Road. And we've got cameras Black Road at Halloran Hill and Commercial Road at Seaford. Boxing Days come early at Harris Scarf with up to 60% off all homewares in Manchester, up to 40% off all electrical and up to 50% off all fashion. Exclusions apply. Sale starts tomorrow. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on FIVEAA.
Now the FIVEAA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Cloud clearing this afternoon, 26. A late cool change tomorrow, 35. Sunday a shower or two, 21. And Monday a possible shower and 19. Right now it's 25 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
You can trust 9 News is live and local. While others do their news from Melbourne, 9 News is made in Adelaide for Adelaide. Weeknights at 5.
First in Adelaide's 9 News at 5.
Nightly at 6.
And the unprecedented police operation.
We go to some breaking news now, and crews are right now at the scene.
And that's why the switch is on to 9 News.
The FIVEAA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
6 minutes after 4 on your Friday. Great to have your company. We're here till 7 and we have an absolute chock-a-block show ahead. Magic round, the cricket's on in Adelaide. You don't get much of a better time than this. Stephen Rowe, Tim Ginnivan, welcome to you boys.
Yeah, a cracking day. Thank you, Sammy, and a big show too. Bix will join us for the last time this year. Simon Head, Travis Head's dad. Trav is flying. He is 167 off 195, and I can feel it. As I said that, Marnus Labuschagne just got caught behind.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
The minute I squirted that, Labuschagne 163 off 305.
Yeah.
So Travis Head's faced 100 less balls for the same amount of runs.
Yeah, and Labuschagne just got a little edge into the keeper's gloves. He was right up to the stumps.
Unbelievable.
Caught behind. Out. 4 for 428.
Double century we're after. David Noble will join us. He's gone over to the Tin Tops. But most importantly, we love your calls. 82230000. The lines are available. Timmy, we went down to the Adelaide Strikers because we're sponsors, FIVEAA, the sports show, and Novo, and we had a team photo, and I sat in between Peter Siddle and Rashid Khan.
How good's that?
I was waxing lyrical with Rashid. He and I are new besties. I'm taking him fishing.
You know what I loved, Rowey? I was standing around at Karen Rolton Oval waiting for the photo, and Rash turned up. Now, it's the first time they've seen him since last season. The love. The Rashid love was incredible. It was really nice to actually see everybody embrace him and him. Yeah. He's obviously a real character because they were bantering a fair bit, and it was really good. I think that camaraderie amongst that group is really good.
I got told to have a haircut, brush my teeth, and maybe don't be scared to put some roll on under my arm. And that was from Sid's.
That was your mum this morning?
And I said, Sid's, careful, mate. You're a vegan.
No,
is there anything wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with
you didn't say that.
Of course
you didn't say that.
Sam. No, I didn't, Timmy. I'm going to start with the test. How good was that day one test crowd? Day one test crowd, 24,449. Wacker, eat your heart out. Well, not the Wacker, the Perth, but the Wacker members who can still go to Optus. The biggest day one test crowd for an Australia-West Indies clash since 1982 in the halcyon days.
You know what it says?
Wow.
South Australians love their test cricket. They love getting into that oval.
Tradition.
Some of them love going out the back and not coming out the front, but you can see by the crowd on the tally, and to get that crowd after, I suppose, after work, and it will happen again tonight, is just testament to the fact that South Australians love it.
It is unique, the back of the members there. No other test can copy that. I said tradition, event, festival. Love it. If you're going tonight, let us know. I'm off there tomorrow. Travis Head, he made his ton. He faced 100 less balls than Marnus. Marnus has just got out. Some said it's a classic number 5 innings. Have a listen.
That's it. Travis Head, the boyhood dream of making a century on his home ground in a test match, and there it is.
As good a number 5's innings as you'll see in test cricket, this from Travis Head. Take a bow, son.
Wow.
Oh, lovely gesture by Kerry O'Keefe.
Yeah.
Some question the quality of bowling.
Well, Dizzy did with us. He said, Rowey, there was an hour of bowling there even you would have made a ton.
But the thing I always say is you have to make them.
Of course you do.
If you look at the scorecard, well, Warner couldn't make it. Steve Smith couldn't make it, could he? He made a duck. So Usman Khawaja couldn't make it. So I think you have to. And we just see Cameron Green come in and give a little chance to slip. It just fell short. But, that's the thing. You've got to have the concentration. You've got to have the discipline, hit the right balls. And Travis is in rare air at the moment. I'm loving it.
Have a listen to him. Here's Trav.
Yeah, it's nice, obviously, after last week and not getting over the line, and it was a bloody long week thinking about it, so nice that first innings back and get the monk off the back as such. I know one run means a great deal in cricket, but that one does, so it's nice.
Well done, Trav. I reckon he's got 1 foot, maybe 2 feet, maybe all of his body on that plane to the Ashes. June 16 at Edgbaston is the first test of that 5-test series. He wants that desperately. Well done.
You know, he was filthy on that 99. He was filthy on it. So I'm glad that he's redeemed himself, if you like.
Yeah, let's turn to the
gather word round. Of the week.
Word
of the week. Redeem.
Yeah, redeem. We've been asked to gather around.
Oh yeah.
It's landed. So time to gather for a 4-day footy fest. Here's Travis Auld.
Played a number of games at Norwood Oval. It's got the infrastructure there. The oval itself works. We've had our broadcasters also attend those site visits. They can make that venue work, and so there's a lot of technical requirements that come with hosting a home and away match.
Well done to Norwood. We'll get to that. Crows kick off against Carlton Thursday night at Adelaide Oval, April 13. What a great game for the Crows to have to play against. I rang Leith today to get all the stats. It's only Carlton's 3rd game at Adelaide Oval since 2014.
Okay.
They're 6 wins, 6 losses. The Blues are 11 wins from 21 in Adelaide. That includes Amy.
Yep.
4 wins and 13 losses versus the Crows in SA. There's no better chance for them to get a win, and it's a Thursday night national TV.
Well, I think Crows fans would be thinking the same.
Pencil in a Crows win.
We got Carlton that time, but I the thing about that game is I like the forecasting of it because there's a lot of Carlton supporters here in Adelaide. It's enormous, and I reckon it came from that moment when
Bradley
Carlton basically raided South Australia.
Curtis.
It took Bradley, Nailey, Kernahan, Motley, and you went like a lot of people went over to barrack for Carlton. That was their VFL team, if you like, back in that era. So there's a lot that hung on during the time that Crows and Port came back in.
And Timmy Port played the Bulldogs Saturday night.
Yeah, which I don't mind playing a game Saturday night. I wasn't sure that the Bulldogs was the right opponent.
Who would have you liked to have played?
Look, I think I would have probably played Collingwood.
Okay.
I think that would have been the game for me because the ongoing rivalry over the jumper and all that. I just think that would have had that little bit of spice to it. And the fact there's a lot of Collingwood supporters everywhere.
That's right.
That's the way I would have gone. I would have gone Adelaide Carlton, Port Collingwood.
Yeah, fantastic. Remember, this is an extra round, so there's 24 rounds next year with 2 buys. So they haven't this is just a straight-out extra round. For those that haven't heard, FIVEAA Gold Coast at Norwood Oval. We'll speak to James Fantasia after 4:30. That's Friday twilight. Clearly they're not expecting a big crowd for that one. FIVEAA Gold Coast at Norwood Oval.
5:10,
yep. Goodness me. GWS and Hawks, that's also at Norwood Oval, 2:50 on a Sunday. Mount Barker got the regional clash. A lot of people are filthy about this. The Barossa missed out. Lions v North, 12:40 Saturday.
I wouldn't say filthy. I would say that they wanted it as well.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's disappointed that we've got that game in the Hills.
No,
I think it's
I'm
more
not.
so they wanted the one in the Barossa as well.
I agree. One game Thursday is the Crows, 2 games Friday. There's 3 Saturday. Port have the national TV game that Saturday night, 3 on Sunday. Collingwood St Kilda's the last game, 4:20. Gather around. Are you going to gather? How many people will go to every game?
Yeah, I've got a text already from a mate saying that him and his sort of posse, if you like, the 6 mates, normally would go to Melbourne one weekend or a Sydney game, and they've gone, now we're working out the logistics of how do we get, because they don't all barrack for Port and Crows, so what they're trying to work out is how do they get to... They want to go to the Hills game because one of them up there...
Better get your tickets.
Correct. And this is the whole thing why they're doing it now is they're going to make they're going to make a weekend of it. So they're going to go to the Thursday night game. They're going to go to the Saturday night game and they want to go to the Hills one.
Well
so
done.
how's that?
Hearing Showdown will be round 3 again. It'll be Port's home game. It looks like it'll be Saturday night. Again, everyone knows the AFL fixture except us fans.
Oh, please, Rowey.
I mean, honestly,
I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
I'm getting a bit gnarly about this.
I'm sort of thinking, I reckon clubs have probably had it for at least 5 days.
Yeah.
And I reckon this is just typical, of them holding this power and feeling like they've got every right to just dribble it out as
Leak
they
it
feel.
whenever they want, yeah.
And for me, we used to get it. It'd be a date in November. This is when the fixture's going to fall, and it fell. And we just all planned their life around it.
I know when they're going to release the entire fixture. Christmas Day. They're going to wreck Christmas.
No.
They're
Fair enough.
going to wreck Christmas Day.
So do we all get an envelope under the tree with the fixture in it?
Santa's going to just put a little fixture that you put on your fridge with a little magnet on it. Everyone gets one. Thanks to the AFL. Here's Travis Ogg.
We're a little later than we normally are with the fixture release. We'll have it out on Sunday, the full fixture, and so you'll see that. The full 24 rounds now will come out with opponents. Rounds 1 to 15 will have the time slots, as we've talked about, and then 4 to 6 weeks out from round 15 we'll announce the rest of the fixture.
Good on you, Trav. I think that's why he's not going to be the CEO.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. I just think this has been handled really almost in an immature sense, the way they've released it. Bits and pieces and all that, and it's, they're feeling like, we'll give you a bit Sunday now. Won't give you the whole lot.
I want to know the clown that came up with Gather Round from AFL House.
And as I said to the Brekkie team this morning, I hope they didn't pay anybody for that.
No. Oof.
Because you wouldn't want to pay for that.
Gather Round.
And Caroline dismissed our Great Southern Round, but why shouldn't we call it Great Southern Round? And if it goes to WA, they come up with their name.
Well, we're the festival state, aren't we?
Yeah, that's
right.
right.
Wasn't it the festival round? What was the one that Tommy Ring came up with?
Heaps good round.
Heaps good round.
Which is a real SA.
Who's gathering around the gather around, the goosey gander? 8223000. And the fixture announcement, who is that peeing right off? Travis Head not out 168. Here's the thing, off 202 cherries.
Yeah.
Stop it. A lot of people are asking about the World Cup. I'll give you an update. It's the quarters. 1:30 a.m. tomorrow morning, Croatia, Brazil. Who wins, Timmy?
Brazil.
I'm with
class.
Brazil. Netherlands v Argentina, 5:30 a.m.
Messi.
Yeah, Argentina. Morocco take on Portugal, Sunday morning, 1:30 a.m.
I have to say Portugal, because remember, that's the team I'm barracking for.
That is. Well, I'm going to go for Morocco. They might be my new team. And this is the one everyone's waiting for. I'm contemplating whether I get up or not. England v France, de Bleu. De Bleu.
Yeah, I love the fact that...
The Lion versus De Bleu.
England have deliberately talked it down, and they've said, they're the best and all the rest of them, we're just going to be lucky to be there, that sort of thing. I reckon underneath they're going, you beauty, here's our chance to upset France. Okay. I'm looking forward to, I think France, though, along with Brazil, are the two outstanding
and that's exactly what I said. The big one, that's 5:30 a.m. Sunday. People are asking on the text line, Rowey, when's the World Cup final? Monday the 19th of December, 1:30 a.m, and I think it's France v Brazil.
1:30 our time?
Yeah, 1:30 a.m. Yeah. You'll get up. You love your soccer.
I'll stay up.
Timmy, the Don and Dawn Award.
Yeah, which is the Sporting Australian Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
And I love this because the Don Award is, I suppose, the team or the individual that has most inspired a nation. The Dawn Award...
In that calendar year.
That calendar year. The Dawn Award is a courageous groundbreaker, achieving against the odds and challenging the status quo.
Yeah.
So a bit of an underdog, bit of a fighter, making a statement. So the Don Award went to Ash Barty, which is outstanding. Second time,
well done,
which is great. And She is
love her,
a champion. The Dawn Award, which I love, and this has been paid posthumously.
Okay, so this chap's passed away?
He's passed away. Peter Norman's his name. Now,
Okay.
people might not know Peter Norman because it was back in the 1968
Our era does, but
Olympic
the youngies might not.
Games, Mexico. He was a 200-metre sprinter. He ran a 19.97 back then in 68, right? He split the two US
athletes
who ran first and third, but it was right in around a time of great change in the United States.
Yeah.
And they weren't happy with the way African Americans were treated. And the two guys, Tommy Smith and John Carlos, got up on the dais and they saluted into the air,
with the black glove?
which is now considered the Black Power.
Of course it is. It was the Black Panther and that.
And it was amazing. He wore, and this is courageous, he wore human rights badge on the dais.
What year was that again?
1968.
And we're no further down the path with all of that.
He was actually, it's amazing, isn't it? He was actually, you say, politics shouldn't be in sport, like the old days. Well, this is the old days. This is 54 years ago, and he did that. And he was actually, he wasn't suspended, but he was spoken to by the Olympic Committee, and they didn't give him an apology until 2012. How's that?
And did he go to one of the lads' funerals?
So what happened was, when he passed away, Tommy Smith and John Carlos actually flew from the US, both gave eulogies, and then were both pallbearers. How amazing is that?
That is an incredible
So I think Pete Norman, a worthy winner of the Dawn Award.
Yeah, that's excellent. A clap as well.
We love that. Well, congratulations to the two winners last night. There is lots to get our teeth into in this show. Very shortly, we're going to cross to the Norwood Red Legs CEO, James Fantasia, and the Mount Barker Footy Club, Matt Schultz, on the back of the announcement today of the Gather Round here in South Australia. Are you going to spend the whole weekend going to the footy? What are your plans? We'd love to hear all about it. Travis Head's dad's going to join us. Trav's currently not out with 170 at the Adelaide Oval and brought up an amazing record.
Come on, Trav.
22 years since some South Australians hit a ton at the Adelaide Oval in Test cricket. Mark Bickley. It was Greg Blewett back in 1995. Amazing how long ago it was.
27 years.
27 years. Did I say 20? Yeah, it is correct. 27. I said 22.
Sam,
you should know. You were born in 95.
27 years.
He's as sharp as a bowling ball. Timmy
Mark
G.
Bickley's going to join us as
I'm
well.
good at darts.
David Noble's going to join us. He's switched to the tin tops. He's out of football and into supercars. Paul Marsh is going to join us as well. And plenty of your calls. 20 after 4. Take them next.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. Join Rowey and Timmy G in the studio every afternoon with 5AA's live video stream of the Sports Show. Thanks to Foodland. With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Christmas is a time to spoil the family with tempting flavours, so stock up with Hoyt's herb spices and pickled vegetables. Turn the turkey into a succulent taste sensation with Hoyt's herbs and spices. Get that pork crackling perfectly with Hoyt's rock salt and rosemary, olives and pickled vegetables for the salads. Refill your empty spice jars with Hoyt's value packs. You'll be happy with Hoyt's at Coles, Woolworths and all good independent supermarkets.
Fill those empties with Hoyt's spices, yeah.
The passing of someone close places unique stress on family and friends. At this time, Farrell and O'Neill Funerals are here to provide reassurance and peace of mind. Farrell and O'Neill offer creative guidance and advice to tailor a service that best honours your loved one. Whether a large gathering or a small, intimate service, Farrell and O'Neill share their generations of experience in tailoring a unique and meaningful farewell. Proudly SA family-owned and operated, because it's personal.
Get serious value this Black Friday with Aussie Broadband and save $120 over 12 months on selected high-speed NBN plans. Hurry, ends December 12. Visit aussiebroadband.com.au. New customers only. T's and C's apply.
You simply can't imagine how it would feel to hear a doctor say, your child has a terminal genetic illness. Renee has heard those devastating words 3 times. Her 3 beautiful young kids may never see their 20th birthdays. Childhood dementia causes 90 deaths every year in Australia. It's a number similar to cancer. Little Heroes Foundation, in their support of sick kids, is right behind Renee and other families like hers. You can donate, volunteer and help fundraise by visiting littleheroesfoundation.com.au.
Well, the big race was run and won last Sunday, but I tell you what, doesn't mean the big sale isn't, which means the big race plant sale is in full swing, Rowey.
This is my favourite part of the Velo 500. Jody and I used to go down all the time. So make no mistake, the Velo Adelaide 500 plant sale is the biggest plant sale of the year. And it's on right now at Vic Park. All those plants that you've seen in the stands, the marquees, the corporate hospitality, they're all there and they're all for sale and they are all outstanding.
And they all have to go.
No, but they're big.
Yeah. Oh, they're massive.
You go to a nursery, you'll be paying three times what you do
absolutely.
these.
This is the best way to get them, I'll tell you. It's a once-a-year opportunity to pick up the quality, decorative and flowering plants, the gardenias, the magnolias, the ferns, the hedging plants, the feature trees, including the...
Fiscus. Come on, Timmy.
And the...
Spit it out.
Topiaries.
That's it.
Yeah, got topiaries, right? Yeah, drought-tolerant plants.
Timmy
and all that ridiculous prices.
Oh, man, come on. Don't lock up on me now, Timmy. Hey, make sure you get in early to get these great bargains. The Velo Adelaide 500 plant sale on now, Sunday at Victoria Park. Enter through Gate 1. It's off Halifax Street. And follow the signs.
You got to love end of year at Southern Mitsubishi and Wayville Mitsubishi. Nothing stops them from giving you the best car buying and servicing experience in Adelaide. Southern Mitsubishi has undergone a major expansion with more used cars in stock than ever, plus same-day or next-day servicing. And of course, the new Wayville Mitsubishi showroom is just spectacular. Looking for a new Mitsi or an outstanding used vehicle? Head to Wayville and Southern Mitsubishi, driven by Australian Motors.
Scraped your caravan? Don't worry. Call Walker Crash Repairs, your RAA-approved caravan crash repairer.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
It's 25 minutes after 4. We'll take your calls in just 1 minute on the Magic Round. First, it's the traffic.
At Wingfield, look out for a breakdown on the north-south motorway. It's near Cormac Road. Smithfield got a smash there, Main North Road at Addison Walk. Lakeview got another collision there. This one's on Main North Road near Yulee Road. And Glenelg East, urgent electrical works at Anzac Highway near Pine Avenue. North Adelaide, War Memorial Drive is closed today for the cricket. That's just in front of the Adelaide Oval. And look out for cameras today, Baines Road, Woodcroft, and Commercial Road at Seaford. Are ants invading your home? Get Talon Ant Killer Gel, the clear, non-staining, odourless gel that kills the queen and destroys ants in the nest. Look for Talon Ant Killer Gel in your supermarket. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Just looking at Mount Lofty with the over High Marsh Square, is there some smoke in them there hills? If anybody's in that region, is it a burnout? Is it a burn off?
Hopefully.
Burn out?
Hopefully no drama.
Is it David Noble doing in the DJ Dick Johnson burpee car?
Could be happening.
Hello, Jimmy.
Hello?
Yeah, you're on,
James.
Jimmy.
Yeah, sorry, how you going? I just wanted to ask you about the gather round. Correct me if I'm wrong or not, but as much as it's $30 at the moment to get into the games, I thought originally they advertised that the AFL members, club members, were going to get in for free.
Yeah, I think on the double headers, James. So who were you?
On the double headers.
Yeah, who were you a member with, buddy?
Crows.
Crows, right. Is there a double header?
Nah,
It's not,
standalone.
Okay,
I think it was on the double headers.
I thought it was the other way around.
Yeah.
No worries. All right,
You'd be right. I think if you want to go and see another game, James, they're not going to be terribly exy.
Yeah.
Let's hope you do. Good on you, James. Hello, Dave.
Yeah, g'day guys. If James is still listening, Port members got an email today that you can redeem a voucher for a free ticket to the Port Bulldogs game. It also gets you in Melbourne, Essendon, I think, on that Saturday, so he'll probably get something from his club shortly. AFL marketing department, what an opportunity lost. They could have dropped the fixture at a press conference outside the MCG at 11 o'clock on Boxing Day.
Yeah. Dave, it's been like that, though, hasn't it? It's felt like that this year. And Travis Auld saying, this is what we've done all the time. That is not in my recollection of memory, Dave, at all. It's always been, here's the date, and the whole fixture dropped.
Yeah, although I think the kerfuffle about it coming out during the World Cup was probably a bit over the top, but it's 2022, so here we are.
Yeah, well done. A lot of texts coming in. Sacro, stop playing that bloody tune every time you do, someone gets out.
Yeah,
so what tune? This one.
Yeah, I
want to play this tune.
Can you feel it?
This tune.
No,
Sam?
he can't feel it. So now I've got a text about the smoke in the hills.
This tune.
In them hills.
What's happened, Sam?
No, I'm trying to look up the tickets situation. You want the Can You Feel It?
Well, yeah.
Sorry. Sorry. No, I'm doing more important work.
Row, you flog. You're the jinx. But keep playing Can You Feel It for the Crows. Well, I will. It's my song. I love it.
Now, Rowey, little update for you.
Okay.
You said there was a bit of smoke in them
hills.
hills.
In them there hills.
Well, it's a burn off. We've been told.
Good.
Great.
It's all good. Under control.
Excellent. Excellent.
So-
And I've just gone to check because we remember the story came out a few months ago about the Magic Round. Entry to competing club matches will be free for all club and AFL members with tickets on sale once the fixture is announced. So that has happened today. So club and AFL members can get access to those games.
Yeah, a lot of people are texting like this. Why can't Crows members have their existing seat for that Thursday gather round instead of having only 4 hours to get your tickets on Monday afternoon trying to get a good seat? I think the reason is this. They're treating it, I think, the AFL, this gather round, like
Yes.
a finals camp.
It's not your normal 11
It's
home
not.
games.
So it doesn't go to the Crows.
It actually treat it as
Like a
if you
final.
are in Ballarat.
Correct.
Yeah, it's just completely neutral,
Correct. Mhm.
and all gloves are off. Everything
Yeah.
else doesn't exist.
I wonder how that's going to go with fans. Like there's a lot that if they can't get their seat,
I think like that
no going.
I think like that text for a lot of Crows and Port members that are used to going to their seat. You just got to take that out of your mind. It's not going to happen
No.
because you're going to get that for your 11 still. This is just a plus game.
Yeah, that's interesting. Have you say?
Yeah, 8223 is our number. Still lots of calls to get to. We're going to head to the headlines first. On the other side, we're going to speak to James Fantasia from the Norwood Footy Club and Matt Schultz from Mount Barker because they've been awarded some games in the gather round. Very excited.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. 5AA Breakfast.
The AFL has locked in the fixture for its inaugural gather round. None of the games going to be in the Barossa in the end. Mount Barker will have one.
I think the Barossa's a real missed opportunity. And it was so much of the sales pitch around it was we're going to open up regional South Australia.
Informing Adelaide.
Sorry, I do not associate Mount Barker with a wine experience. Mount Barker is a large suburban area that happens to be in the hills these days.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, I'm Michaela Kamarek. Federal and state governments have agreed to a $1.5 billion package to help reduce electricity bills. Police have made another arrest over an alleged gang rape in the city on the weekend. Consumers are paying more for their NBN plans, but the quality of service has remained largely unchanged, and the AFL has released the inaugural fixture for its gather round in SA next season. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Wingfield, look out for a breakdown on the north-south motorway. It's near Cormac Road. Smithfield got a smash there, Main North Road at Addison Walk. Blakeview got another collision there. This one's on Main North Road near Yulee Road. And Glenelg East, urgent electrical works at Anzac Highway near Pine Avenue. North Adelaide, War Memorial Drive is closed today for the cricket. That's just in front of the Adelaide Oval. And look out for cameras today. Baines Road, Woodcroft, and Commercial Road at Seaford. Are ants invading your home? Get Talon Ant Killer Gel, the clear, non-staining, odourless gel that kills the queen and destroys ants in the nest. Look for Talon Ant Killer Gel in your supermarket. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Clear tonight, a low of 16. Cloud clearing tomorrow, 35. Currently it's 25 degrees. More news at 5 o'clock and as it happens on 5AA.
Need a forklift? Don't just get a forklift, get a Toyota forklift. Toyota is the world's #1 forklift brand with a great range of pallet jacks, walkie stackers and reach forklifts right up to their leading Toyota counterbalance forklifts. Legendary reliability and safety with cleaner, greener electric options. Toyota can tailor the right forklift solution for you. It's all part of the Toyota Forklift Advantage. For more, visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Get a Toyota forklift.
Curtis here. In-season fruit and veg is here at Coles this Christmas. And they're in abundance, 100% Aussie and great value. Like 100% Aussie nectarines. Perfect for summer picnics, summer desserts or even summer salads. And my best tip for nectarines is use a paring knife to cut the nectarine along its seam. Then simply twist to separate the halves and remove the seed. In-season Aussie fruit and veg at Coles. That's value the Australian way.
What does Rusden Mines have in common with cricket? Well, their Blackgut Shiraz will bowl you over, and Rusden's Boundaries Cabernet always scores well.
Their Christian Chenin Blanc delivers a good line and length, and you'll never be caught out with Rusden Sand Scrub Shiraz.
So if you call into Rusden Wine cellar door for a wine tasting and cheese, don't be surprised if you're drawn into a little bit of backyard cricket on the green.
It's always a winning innings with Rusden Wines.
You've selected the block for your new permanent or holiday home. Now it's time to visit the Selector Homes and Building Solutions Display Village. Walk through the Esperance, stylish and modern 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and large open plan living. The Hallett, spacious 2-bedroom design. And the Inman 4, Plenty of living space for the family with 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, dual living areas and carport. Take a look. Selector Homes and Building Solutions, Port Wakefield Road, Burton. Visit selectorhomes.com.au.
You want to shut out the wind and rain in winter, or the sun, flies and mozzies in summer, but you don't want to sacrifice your view? Then you need Phantom Screens. For protection from sun, wind and rain all year round, Phantom's SA-made outdoor motorised blinds can span up to 12 metres wide. They offer effortless automation, a blind that's there 1 minute and gone the next. From the hills to the coast and everywhere in between, choose Phantom Screens. Get inspired online at phantomscreens.com.au.
Walker Crash Repairs. For easy insurance repairs on your caravan, get it fixed right with Walker Crash Repairs.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 26 minutes to 5. Mark Bickley coming a bit later, as well as a chance to win your way to the strike as a double pass to the 5AA Lounge. We'll do that sometime in the next hour or so. With just a score check of the cricket, it is the tea break. Australia are 4 for 436. Travis Head not out, 172. We'll speak to his dad in about 15 minutes' time.
Look forward to that. Hey, my mighty Reglegs, that's Nord Footy Club, and the parade, they're going to host 2 gather rounds. Gather round, mate. Round 5 next year. Joining us, Redleg CEO Jimmy Fantasia. Fanna, before we start, mate, congratulations on a remarkable flag, hey?
Oh, Rowey, thanks for having us on tonight. And yeah, mate, we are still we've still got a big smile on our face from
beautiful
from what was an amazing result. Really, the boys were terrific. Yeah.
Hey, how'd you snag 2 games of AFL at the smallest deck in South Australia?
Well, firstly, I think people should understand that we're actually not the smallest. We're actually, believe it or not, we're 5 metres longer than the SCG. So we're certainly not the smallest. They're a little bit wider than us. But in terms of, the venue itself, I mean, we're very, we think we've got a terrific, very bespoke, venue. And with our recent upgrade of, $12 million upgrade with our local council being, the major contributors to that, I think it's just set us up to be able to host, this with ease, really, at the end of the day. And we're very excited about, being given the opportunity.
Fanny, you got one on the Friday night, or around that twilight time, and then you got one on the Sunday. Just wondering what you guys as a club can put around it and benefit from it.
Yeah, no, thanks, Timmy. I mean, it's interesting. I love that our council too have really jumped behind this, and they're talking about working with the AFL and looking at certain activations where perhaps they can even close part of the parade. And really celebrate the whole concept of footy, and because it's such a historical opportunity, not just for Nord Footy Club, but for the whole of the state. And gee whiz, we will welcome it with open arms. I'm excited about the concept, just to see how it unfolds, in terms of the football calendar. So, and I think bringing it to South Australia is as good as any state to do it. We'll get behind it. We'll celebrate it. People, as you guys are well aware of, we've got such great support here. So it'll be a genuine celebration of football in general, and that's what I'm excited about as well.
Fan, are we going to see like the whole of the parade shut down, and we're talking like the Parade Food and Wine Festival 1988 version? Is that what's going to happen, mate?
I hope so, Timmy. I think, I think that's the way we should embrace it too. I mean, this is a complete celebration around football, and I know we're very tribal, and it'll be about the wins and the losses and who's playing against who, and all of those things. But ultimately, this is just such a great recognition of what this code brings to our community, and as I said, I think we'll embrace it really well. And to have it at Cooper Stadium at Nord Oval, it's very exciting for us. And we've had this partnership recently with Velo, and I think Velo have just become this incredible, brand and company at the moment that have supported all things South Australia, with the recent Velo 500. But we've got that's included having new LED lights for us. So that twilight game, I think, will be a real opportunity for us to showcase this latest in LED lighting, and
great.
I'm excited about that part as well. I think that's part of the showcasing of who we are as a state. So it's important.
What about? I know when the finals come here, the AFL takes over Adelaide Oval. And, none of the clubs playing, get to do the corporate hospitality and the like. Is that the same model for this round? Do they take over Norwood Oval and all its facilities?
Oh, they will, Tim. I mean, it's a big show, as you know. I mean, and they've got lots of obligations in terms of, big sponsorships across the whole competition. And so we have to wear part of that and fit into it. But the flip side of that is that, even with that ownership, they're very inclusive, and I think they'll make it available to, just for the general punters as well to have an involvement with it. So, look, there's no doubt they're an amazing machine. The AFL these days, wow. But look, it is important that we still be in touch with everyday people and find ways that we can connect to them. And I think this is part of that. The bigger view in terms of what this round offers up.
Fanny, you're very commercial. I love that about you. You don't do anything unless there's spondula attached. Is the AFL going to give you any spondula so you can pump some coin into our deck so it's world class, as good as Mount Barker?
Yeah, well, look, one of the great benefits, Rowey, is that they have some obligations in terms of the standards that they require. So what that will mean is there'll be some upgrading of our own facility, from coaches' boxes, right through to, through the statisticians and the whole broadcasting component to it. Our council, the Norwood Payneham St Peter's Council, has been enormously supportive of the venue, and they're going to upgrade our canteens to make sure that, with a larger crowd, we have that self-service type of facility. So the legacy will be
good.
Certainly from a local community point of view, will be probably another $1 million spent on the venue to help upgrade it, and which we'll get benefit from for years to come.
Yeah, Jimmy, well done again on the season and getting 2 games there. I've always said it's the best suburban football ground in the Southern Hemisphere. Jimmy, thanks for your time.
Well, Rowey, just before you go though, because people think you're biased. Which is fair enough. Hang
on.
I won't have it.
Was that you, Timmy?
What's really important, though, mate, is that you're a Premiership Norwood player, but people need to know that Timmy Ginniver is a Premiership Norwood player as well. So Timmy played in the under-15s. I played alongside him. He was a star back then. But this is much bigger, boys. This is about embracing all of South Australia, and footy's part of the whole fraternity and how important it is to us as a community. So. Yeah, it's just so great to be part of it, mate.
Well done.
But I look forward to seeing you guys down there.
Mate, everybody's got skeletons in their closets, James. I'll find yours, mate.
Good with you, Timmy.
Yours is a big one. Hey, Jimmy's got crocodiles in his curtains. The Wolf Lass Centre, we thank all of them, the council as well. Get down to Norwood Oval, it'll be fantastic. Round 5, Gather Round.
Absolutely. Gather Round is heading to the Themnar Hills, my friend. It's going to go to Mount Barker. We got the Mount Barker Football Club president, who we had on before. Now, Matt Schultz, last time we spoke to you, this is what we got.
I know nothing.
I know nothing. Now, what did you know? Were you foxing us, or were you kept in the dark as well?
No. Look, we were absolutely in the dark, and a lot of those dealings were done directly through the council. So I was as upfront and honest with you as I could be at that point. And look, we're all very excited today to hear about the announcement that it is going to be held up at Mount Barker Summit Sports Recreation Park.
Fantastic, Matt. Now, what can you guys? What involvement do you have to have? What can you sort of get out of it for the footy club and for the surrounding areas?
Yeah, look, I think it's a great opportunity for the footy club, but it's actually bigger than the footy club.
Yeah.
It is the HFL that's involved with this and the Mount Barker District Council. So for us as a region, it's important. The ground itself will probably, as we talked about earlier in the week, need a little bit more investment to get it up to that AFL standard in terms of what they need. So there will be some infrastructure investment made, but a great opportunity just to show off the beautiful Adelaide Hills. As I said, Mount Barker's the centre of the hills, and there'll be a lot of people that can come up, spend some time and see the attractions. But to me as well, the big opportunity here is really with grassroots footy. I think regional footy in SA doesn't always get the support it needs from the AFL.
Yep.
So to have AFL in and around the regions, and ideally having clubs involved, the Roos for sure, and also Brisbane Lions, if they're going to be able to engage with kids in the community, it's a great chance just to build numbers and really use it as an opportunity to get a base to support the local grassroots clubs.
Mm. How can you, as the president of the football club, enhance that or start on that? Will they come to you, or you have to fox to them?
Oh, look, I'd love to be able to just turn around to North Melbourne and say you're playing at the Summit. It's the Mount Barker Roos, so it's a Roos home game.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it.
So
there you go.
There's a nice little link in there, but I think for us, it's important to work through the HFL. The HFL's doing a great job of trying to involve all of the clubs, and there really does need to be some benefit and input from everybody from across the league to be able to do it. So not just myself, but also the HFL and their committee and the other presidents of the HFL clubs around the hills.
Do you have any forecasting as to what you might be able to make that would all go back to the Hills Football League?
No, I think that's one of the big unknowns at the moment. We haven't had any direction from AFL, and this will still have to be worked through with the council. So the Summit Sports Recreation Park, it is a regional facility owned and run by Mount Barker District Council, and they'll have to deal with the AFL in terms of catering, beverages, all of those sort of things, and then work out what's going to be allocated AFL's way, and then what they might need in terms of support and opportunity for the local clubs and community to put in.
Matt, just one last one. I would expect that there's going to be a boom in accommodation, and is there any truth to the rumour that you've now listed your house on Airbnb?
Oh, absolutely. My shed's up there as well. I've got a half an acre, so anyone can bring their tent up.
Oh, how good. Swags as well.
Swag o'clock.
Yeah.
I love
Absolutely.
it. Oh, that's sensational. But I would expect that that's what's going to happen to the region, isn't it? The accommodation and opportunities like that for people to say, hey, throw a swag down.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it'll be great. There'll be lots of different opportunities that are going to pop up as part of this. Proximity, though, of the ground to Adelaide's still pretty close. Yeah. You're half an hour up the freeway, so it's not hard for Adelaide people to get up for the day.
It's easy.
But for people travelling from elsewhere, we'll certainly roll out the red carpet for them.
Yeah. In your life, how many times have you heard this, Shulzy? No, not that one. Not that one.
Far out.
No, not that one at all.
Sevy.
Which one do you want?
I know nothing. Why would I play Can You Feel It to
Depends.
Shulzy?
You sit and point at me with no...
In your life, how often have you heard that one, Shulzy?
Oh, I don't know if I could count.
Yeah, exactly. Well done.
Ruled out a fair bit. So.
To you and your region, the Hills League, to Mount Barker Footy Club,
Congratulations.
it's
Well
outstanding, mate. Thanks for that.
Thanks a lot. Really appreciate your support.
Yeah, no, we'll keep in touch. Round 5. Gather round. Now, Semi.
Honestly, when you point at me and you just say, play it again,
Well,
you know what I'm thinking.
Matt Schulz.
This is the worst.
This hasn't gone well this first
This is
hour.
the worst Morecambe and Wise combination I've ever seen.
Sam's looking at me as if it's my fault.
I don't know which one's Abbott, which one's Costello.
Yeah.
It is horrendous.
We
you
need
two.
to get a break and recompose.
Get your
and
comedy act
reset.
together.
It hasn't gone well to plan. It is 14 minutes to 5. On the other side, we're going to talk some really good stuff. If we haven't already, Travis Head is currently in bat at the Adelaide Oval. He's 172 not out. It is T for Australia. They're going to resume and looking at hopefully a double ton. We're going to speak to his dad, Simon Head, on the other side of this. A very special moment last night there at the Oval as he hit his first ton at home. We'll do that after the traffic.
At Wingfield, got residual delays from nearly a breakdown on the north-south motorway near Cormac Road. Glendore smash on South Road near the railway line. Pretty heavy delays there at the moment too. Dudley Park got another collision. This one's on Regency Road near South Road. Also very heavy delays. Well, at Hope Valley, emergency waterworks are continuing. Grand Junction Road near Valley Road. Busy right now, Muller Road at North East Road. And look out for a camera, George Streets at Norwood. Get your first month for just $1 on selected home internet plans at Telstra. Offer for new services. Hurry, ends December 19. Find out more in store or online at Telstra. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
Hey Strikers fans, Sid's here and you don't want to miss this. It's our season opener against the Sydney Sixers on Wednesday, December 14 at Adelaide Oval. Not going to lie, I'm pretty excited about this one and you should be too, as we'll be launching the P-City 2.0 Shades as our match day giveaway. These are this summer's hottest item. Visit AdelaideStrikers.com.au for tickets And I can't wait to see the best fans in the league back at Adelaide Oval this summer.
A shock absorber, CV joint, or maybe a bearing kit. It may seem like just a four-drive part, but open it up and you'll find so much more. Each Terrain Tamer four-drive part is the culmination of 50 years of experience. Every break, every lesson, every setback far from home strengthens everything we do. So when you break down miles from home and you drag out our number, you'll know you're in safe hands. That's the Terrain Tamer connection, and it comes free with every part.
Oh, yeah, I've got an idea for you. You ready for this? This Christmas, you can give the gift of an unbeatable experience. One of the pristine coastlines, breathtaking views, crystal clear water, Australian wildlife up close. Tours, dining under an enchanted fig tree, or a quad biking, yang, 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 or even swimming with the dolphins. All of this is in one simple gift voucher. Yep, SeaLink. SeaLink gift voucher. Soak up everything that the Kangaroo Island has to offer.
I like the quad bike noise. Give me a dolphin. KI, tickets box for the perfect
that got me.
gift.
We'll cut that up.
The vouchers start at just $20. Actually, after 6, we'll speak to Kadjamadia because that world-class golf course
Cliffs.
here before. Oh, the Cliffs, honestly. It's the greatest place, KI. And there's something for everyone. A SeaLink gift voucher can be redeemed against any product offered by SeaLink in South Australia. Includes tours, holiday packages, accommodation, even Emu Bay fishing charters. I've been on that charter. It is the best.
And that's you talking.
Hey?
The fisherman talking.
Oh, no,
there.
he does a great job. Oh, honestly, how good's that?
Brilliant.
Kangaroo Island gift voucher for SeaLink.
Just do it. You can use a SeaLink gift voucher for sightseeing in Adelaide, including a cruise on the Murray Princess. You actually be giving someone their own personal travel experience because they get to choose where they want to go. So, for more information, visit sealink.com.au or buy a gift voucher online. That's sealink.com.au.
There's hot chili cashews, smoked almonds and delicious spicy peanuts. Merry Christmas, folks. I'm Brett Charlesworth, and they're just 3 of the tantalising products we cook hot and fresh for you in every one of our Charlesworth Nuts stores. There's salted and unsalted nuts, there's spicy, hot chili and smokehouse flavoured, plus our range of designer mixes exclusive to Charlesworth's. Just follow the seductive aroma of freshly cooked nuts to one of our 11 family-owned stores or shop online. Why Charlesworth? Because fresh nuts taste better.
You're off then?
Yes, dear.
The backyard needs a good trim with the ride-on mower.
Totally. The kids will be done shortly, so they need picking up from the oval.
Good plan. Why are you giving me the car keys?
You can't walk to the oval, silly. Oh, don't worry, the backyard will look fantastic by the time you get back. Mwah.
Okay, dear. But I get the ride-on next time?
We'll see. Probably not.
Stanford Mowers for ride-ons. 590 Main North Road, Jeps Cross. stanfordmowers.com.au.
End of year is always a big one at Wayville and Southern Mitsubishi. So if you're looking for a new Mitsi or an outstanding used vehicle, take advantage of the end of year sale at Wayville and Southern Mitsubishi. Plus same day or next day servicing. Driven by Australian Motors.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA approved caravan crash repairer.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
9 minutes to 5. Next week, we are hitting the road for our Berry Good Getaway. We can't wait to bring you the show from the stunning Berry Hotel. It's on Thursday, and the best thing is we're going to take some of our amazing listeners with us. Give us a call and get onto our 5AA win page to get involved. Dinner, overnight accommodation, we are going to look after you. It's going to be fantastic. Keep listening to the show all week to see if you're heading along. Ditch the city for the all-new Riverview Villas at Berry Hotel, a very perfect summer getaway. Book now at berryhotel.com.au.
And I'll tell you what, in our own backyard there is history being made, and he's still in too. Travis Head is making his way to a double ton, made his 100 last night, and we've got the pleasure of interviewing his father, Simon. G'day, Simon, how are you?
Yeah, good, guys. Yourself?
Oh, we're really excited, but what a moment it was last night. And I didn't realise it's since 1995, since a South Aussie made a test ton, was Greg Blewett. That's how long ago it was, Simon. How proud were you as dad?
Oh, I think, yeah, it's good for Trav to be able to make 100 on his own turf. That's for sure. You know, it's definitely a box he'd want to tick in his career. So, yeah, just to see the smile on his face and how pleased he was to be able to do it in front of a home crowd was good.
And I was just floating right back to when he got dropped. When he came back, I heard him interviewed after, being successful, and he said, I was just too wound up about it. I was too wound tight, and I've just learnt that I need to relax and enjoy the moment as well. He's batted beautifully since.
Yeah, I think there was a conscious effort to say, the first thing in, and he's not the first player to come in and get dropped back out and come back in. But I think the second time round, he really decided to try and, exactly, relax and just do it his way. And if it works, all good. If it doesn't, at least he had to go doing it his way.
I'd love to know who's more wound up and uptight, you or him. At least you can be 8 cans of West End into your gizzard, Simon.
Yeah, well, no, it was a good day, Rowey. We didn't have too many, but we sort of stay there and just try and watch the game, yeah?
Yeah. How good is the Adelaide Test? 24,000 yesterday. We're going to top 30 today. Once work shuts, they'll all get there. It's Friday night. There's no better ground for the atmosphere. It's just so unique, Simon. You're in amongst it.
Yeah, I was a bit worried, coming out yesterday, given the lack of attendance in the Perth Test. I was a bit worried that might be a trend for the summer, but certainly the SA crowd have turned up. I think it's the largest crowd for Australia, West Indies back to 1982. So the support by the locals here, and hopefully a little bit of that is for the likes of Alex and Trav being local boys, having 2 South Aussies in the side probably helps. But it's good to see them out enjoying it.
I know the words Trav muttered when he chopped on for 99 in Perth. Were yours similar?
No, I was probably all right with it at the end of the day because, that's a personal milestone for him, the hundreds, I suppose. I look at it and think, 99 runs to 100, it's 1 run. What's the difference?
That's it.
He's played his role for the side. He's doing what they need. He's driving the game forward. So I was just proud of him to be able to go out and actually do that.
Yeah. Great night.
Probably nice for him to back it up now.
Yeah, and that's what I'm the most proud of. He got 99 upset, and he was really upset. He went out and he worked hard in the nets. He's come out and, 172 off 212 balls. I mean, that just shows the resolve of the bloke, not only the talent, and it's good to see because he needs these sort of knocks and go big, doesn't he, Simon?
Yeah, certainly. If he comes out after the break and gets out before 200, I'll be blaming you guys for having this interview. Put the things on it.
Damn it.
But hopefully he can go on and get the double 100.
Yeah.
Now, he came back and he relaxed on it and he played well. Has there been any other significant change since he became a father?
I don't know. Yeah, he's probably got that little bit more responsibility. Like he said, he drives slower now and takes a bit more care. And it's really good, him and Jess and Miller. So certainly having kids changes your life. I can give him plenty of advice, but just hopefully he gets a little bit of karma for all the grief he gave me.
Is this your first grandchild?
It is.
Well, congratulations, Simon.
Mate. Welcome to the club.
Thank you.
Welcome to the club. I'm only 6 months in. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
It is. It's good.
Yeah, good work.
So we planned as a family going over and doing the cricket Christmas with Miller and Jess and Trav. So that'll be good. Looking forward to it.
Enjoy his knock. Let's hope he gets 200. I'm not going to play Can You Feel It because I might get a...
No.
Even Simon knows don't play that. Hey, mate, he's a ripper. We love you, lad. Well done, and thanks for your time.
No, excellent, guys. Cheers.
Yeah. God, I'm even getting death threats on the text.
It's awesome, though. Simon Head, the father of Travis Head, who's 172 not out off 212.
Yeah, Rosemary from Ullaby wants to ring and have a crack at me. She said I must have promised one day never to play it again.
Well, put her on. I'd love to hear
shortly.
that.
We'll have to do that very shortly. Hey, you asked during the ad break, Rowey, what's the fastest double century in Test cricket? Because you thought at the clip that he's going, 212 balls, he's only 28 runs away. He's only 28 runs away from that double ton. If he wants to get into the top 10 fastest Test centuries, he has to do double centuries. He has to do it in 9 balls because the fastest all time is 153.
Who was that?
Nathan Astle for New Zealand back in 2002. Can you believe it? And the top 10's rounded out by Chris Gale, 221. So that's the sort of window.
Peanut teams?
No, not so much that, Rowey, as it is the size of the grounds. So if you're playing in New Zealand,
Christchurch,
they're tiny.
They're very
small.
tiny
Good
decks.
point.
So that's what it's about.
So you're smart man.
Point.
We are 2 minutes away from the 5 o'clock news. Got to take a break. Mark Bickley to come on the other side of that. Your chance to win some tickets to the Strikers coming up. And David Noble's going to join us as well. He's left footy and he's got a new career path.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
SA's own and favourite milk company, FIVEAA Milk Company, is giving you the chance to win a $4,000 Phil Hoffman travel voucher. Take home our limited edition Christmas products and get creative. Take a pic of them under your Christmas tree as a Chrissy decoration. Anything you can think of. Then share your pics on Facebook or Instagram and tag FIVEAA Milk Company and Phil Hoffman Travel. You could win a $4,000 travel voucher. T's and C's apply. See website for details.
Something for everyone this Christmas at Harvey Norman. Save $80 on the Samsung Galaxy Tab A8 Wi-Fi tablet. Now $298. Bonus $50 gift card. Save $300 on the HP 14S laptop with 512 gig storage. Only $498. Save $50 on the JBL Party Box Encore Essential Party Speaker. Only $295. $100 cash back on Nespresso Virtuo Capsule Coffee Machine. Only $299 before cashback. Cashback via redemption. Something for everyone this Christmas at Harvey Norman.
Go! Honey, how far away is that barbecue?
Mission update, time is 1300 hours. 4 burners are now operational. Sausages are commencing their final turn. Beer fridge is sitting at 3 degrees. Manual temperature verification. Perfect. Estimated time of food delivery, 6 minutes, 30 seconds.
Okay.
Order now and be entertaining next year while the weather is still warm. Adelaide Outdoor Kitchens. For appliances, custom concrete bench tops, barbecues and more. Go to adelaideoutdoorkitchens.com.au.
We could all do with a getaway this summer, and here's how you can get your hands on a free $75 travel voucher to help you along. SA Weekend Escapes is giving away free vouchers for short stays across the state. From Berry to Victor Harbour to Kangaroo Island, there are so many places to discover. Elevate your summer with a $75 travel voucher from saweekendescapes.com.au. That's saweekendescapes.com.au. Get your travel voucher now. T's and C's apply.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio, and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
International of 16 with the 5 o'clock news. I'm Michaela Kamarek.
10-year warranty and 10-year capped price servicing at Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Elizabeth.
Federal and state governments have agreed to a $1.5 billion package to help reduce electricity bills. Households and small business will be given a discount on their bills rather than a cash handout. The measure follows a decision to cap the price of coal and gas. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says the price relief will start flowing after March next year.
And because of Australia not investing in enough of our own energy assets, what we have is a vulnerability to those international price movements, and that is placing pressure on businesses here, but also on households going forward.
Police have made another arrest over an alleged gang rape in the city on the weekend. A sixth person has now been arrested after 2 young women were dragged into the stairwell of a Hindley Street car park and repeatedly raped. The 20-year-old man from Gilberton has been charged with 2 counts of rape. 3 other men, aged 20, 21 and 23, and a 17-year-old boy are also facing rape charges. The 21-year-old man and another teenager have also been accused of offering the victims money not to go to police. The fixture has been released for the first AFL Gather round. Fans can start booking their tickets from Monday, with members able to watch their team play for free. The Crows will get things underway against Carlton on Thursday, April the 13th at Adelaide Oval. There'll also be 2 games at Norwood Oval, while Mount Barker will host the Lions and Kangaroos. Premier Peter Malinauskas admits he's disappointed the Barossa missed out.
We would have loved to have seen a game in the Barossa, and we put as much pressure as we reasonably could on the AFL to look at all the options in the Barossa, and everything was considered. Angaston, Uri, Kapunda, Freeling, everything was looked at, and just given the timeline that we're working towards, the AFL couldn't make it work. We understand that, and we turn our minds to putting on a great show on the Adelaide Hills.
For the first time, Australian families are able to attend a memorial service for those killed in the White Island volcanic eruption in New Zealand. It's 3 years since 22 people were killed and 25 injured during a day trip in the middle of a cruise. Among the injured who have made a return is Jessie Langford, whose father, mother and sister were killed. First responder Tracy Rhodes says she remembers saving Jessie's life.
He ended up going off in the rescue helicopter, and that was the last we'd seen of him. All we knew that his name started with J, and he was from Australia, and I believed he was 19. We haven't heard anything since until this morning when we've just met him, and he's absolutely fine.
Now turning to 5AA sport, and Australia has lost its first wicket on day 2 of the second test against the West Indies at Adelaide Oval. Marnus Labuschagne dismissed for 163 runs.
Oh, that's a good catch. That really is a good catch. And the keepers have done it in tandem.
Devon Thomas, he's actually looked the most likely in his short bowling spell. He's got the ball sort of zip off the pitch and a little bit of sideways movement. That is a good catch.
That call on Fox Cricket, the Aussies are currently 4 for 436 at the dinner break. The 36ers play the Wildcats at home tonight, and Ash Barty has been awarded the most prestigious prize in Australian sport, the Don Award, for the second time. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Glandore, look out for a smash on South Road near the railway line. Dudley Park, collision on Regency Road near South Road. Glenelg East, urge electrical works there. Anzac Highway near Pine Avenue. And North Adelaide, War Memorial Drive is closed today for the cricket. That's just in front of the Adelaide Oval there. Busy at the moment, Sir Donald Bradford Drive at South Road. And we've got Cameras Hub Drive, Aberfoyle Park. And Walkerville Terrace at Gilberton. The Guzmani Gomez Minis range. Mini burritos, bowls, nachos and more from only $8.70. It's cheaper than cooking at home. Grab your GYG Mini today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Clear tonight, a low of 16. Cloud clearing tomorrow, 35. Sunday, a shower or two, 25. And Monday, a shower or two and 19. Right now, it's 26 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
You can trust 9 News is live and local, while others do their news from Melbourne. 9 News is made in Adelaide for Adelaide. Weeknights at 5.
First in Adelaide's 9 News at 5.
Nightly at 6.
And the unprecedented police operation.
We go to some breaking news now, and crews are right now at the scene.
And that's why the switch is on to 9 News.
Don't run all over town this silly season. Head to Jeps Cross Home HQ, South Australia's largest homemaker centre, with amazing stalls like Beaumont Tiles, fantastic furniture, House and Garden, Anaconda, Beds and Dreams, Amarini Factory Outlet, Just Spas Adelaide, Adair's, Focus on Furniture, Q3 Coffee Lounge, Goodwood Floors. With over 45 stores and free parking, Jeps Cross Home HQ has everything you need in one easy location. 750 Main North Road, jepsxhomehq.com.au.
Imagine the thought of innovation at your fingertips, accelerating with efficiency and power. Imagine a bold, striking design with the comfort and confidence of advanced safety tech. Imagine where you could go in a Hyundai SUV. An SUV range with enough style, tech and performance to turn your imagination into reality. So if you're thinking SUV, think Hyundai SUV. Discover yours at hyundai.com.au.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
6.5 minutes after 5, we have a really big hour to come. Paul Marsh, the son of Rodney, of course, after yesterday, the memorial was put down at the Adelaide Oval. A lovely touch for the family. We'll check in with Paul. We've got David Noble joining us later on as well. We've got some tickets to the Strikers. But there's a few texts and a few bits and pieces coming through on the back of Magic Round and all sorts of different things.
Absolutely. Just a quick one. Boys, how is the 2 rounds at Nord showcasing our state? This is how I feel a bit. The ground is, that's a bit harsh, no good. No, I think it's good ground. No public transport, not much parking, beats me. The Ponderosa would have been a better choice, just down the road from the Barossa. Thanks, Stewie. I actually... more so on the page of 2 regional games. I reckon if we could fit 2 regional games, that would have been terrific. I do like a game in the parade because I like the idea of shutting down the street. I reckon that'd be awesome and have a bit of a festival
They had
outside.
to go to the Barossa.
But yeah, I think they had to.
I like this one better on our text line. Just heard Timmy say New Zealanders have tiny decks. Please now say that in a Kiwi accent.
Oh, no.
Go on, Timmy.
Time for Mark
That
Bickley.
is good humour. That is good humour.
Rediscover the
That's
road
funny.
on the all-new Toyota Land Cruiser 300. Jarvis Toyota, South Road, Clovelly Park. Might have to give that text an award. Time for Mark Bickley.
Number 26, the captain, Mark Bickley.
The Skip, Mark Bickley.
Yes, Mark Bickley for the last time this year.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a farewell tour, but he's on the phone. Bix, how are you, mate?
I'm good, Timmy. Rowey, how are you guys going?
Excellent, my friend. Now,
Well, hang on. You got a sniffle or something, Biggs?
He has.
Yeah, well, I'm just a little bit under the weather. and
Safety first.
Out of absolute respect for you two guys, the last thing I want to do is come in there and infect anyone or put anyone at risk. I've decided to stay at arm's length.
Yeah, so
God,
no
you're a
respect
team
for
man.
Sam then. He can get it.
He's a team man.
Hey, mate, we've finally got the name. We've finally got the games. The gather round is happening. What are your thoughts on the name and also where they play the games?
Yeah, look, it's interesting because you'd have to say a rather lukewarm reception of the name, I think, from most people. The only thing I'm trying to think, why they would have gone down that path, and the only reason I could come up with is I think they needed to have a generic name. So for example, like the NRL, they call it Magic Round.
Yep.
And instantly, that's the round where everyone plays in the one space at the one time. If you have a different name for, the Great Southern Round when it's in South Australia and you do one in WA and that's the Sandgroper round and
Yep.
before the season's announced and before you know who's having that round, you don't know what you're going to call it. So what they want, I'm sure, is to try and build up a generic term so people say, you know what, next year for the gather round, if it's in Brisbane or Sydney somewhere, let's go to that. So people are already talking about it and using it. And I think it'll become a sort of generic term. So that's probably why they had to have something like that didn't change for a period of time. And in the games, look, I think it's I think the Crows would be really happy. Crows and Carlton on a Thursday night.
I think that's
standalone
excellent.
Game.
Yeah.
Cracker.
Yeah, and that was last year. That got a good crowd. Adelaide had a great win on that game. So huge rivalry in terms of lots of Carlton fans will get along to that. Lots of South Australian Carlton fans. And Port and the Bulldogs. There's a little bit of heat there, I guess, after the prelim final 2 years ago, where the Bulldogs sort of as underdogs got over the top of Port, and so hopefully there's a little bit of rivalry there. And I think most people think that the Bulldogs and Port will both be around the mark this year. Bulldogs played in the 8 last year. They generally play a pretty good brand of footy, and I'm sure that's what Port are striving to do. The Friday night game's an interesting one, Richmond and Sydney. I thought there might have been a couple of the big Melbourne teams, or Richmond is one, but I thought they might have had 2 big Melbourne teams playing on the Friday night, but clearly Sydney had earned the right by making the grand final last year. And then the Sunday twilight, which will be a big viewing game sort of leading into and sort of wrapped around the Melbourne news, is Collingwood and St Kilda. So another couple of big Victorian teams there, and it's not, you don't have to be a Rhodes Scholar. The teams that aren't playing at Adelaide Oval, you ready for them?
Yes.
Freo, Gold Coast, Brisbane, North, GWS and Hawthorn. So if you're not a touring team, you got shipped out to either Norwood or Mount Barker. That's pretty much what it looks like.
Hey, Greg Phillips actually texted me and said it should be called the merry-go-round. That way every state can have it. And it goes around the country.
That's a beauty. I love him. Hey, Bix, we've got the theme song.
Gather round now.
Yeah, makes you want to spew up.
Come on, everybody, gather round.
What would have you had? You're in charge.
Well, I wouldn't have called it Gather Round for starters. And
What would have you called it?
Well, I like the Great Southern Round, and probably my second, well, probably my first. We are the festival state. It's a festival round.
But I think, though, if you have that this year, and that's for South Australia, then it's the Great Eastern Round when it's on the East Coast, and then it's the Great Western game when it's in WA. It doesn't. I don't think there's no branding to it, and when people are talking about it, it's different every year. What do they call it? And I think that's probably why. I'm guessing when Magic Round first came out for the NRL, like people would have thought, hang on a minute, is there a bloke going to pull a rabbit out of a hat? This is NRL. What's Magic got to do with it? Like it probably got the same sort of criticism. But after it's been around for a number of years and we get used to calling it, we'll all instantly recognise what it is, and we'll know, and we'll say, do you know what? Let's get organised and let's go wherever the gather round is next year. We'll go and we'll do a triple A. So people will talk about it in that sort of generic term, maybe. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think that's probably the reasoning behind it.
What about the, I suppose, the decision not to go to either the Barossa or down McLaren Vale, not to go to another part of our close regional areas?
Yeah, it's interesting. I took a little bit out of what James Fantasia said earlier on the show, and I spoke to James earlier today. He talked about one of the reasons Norwood got the games was because they spent $12 million recently on an upgrade, and what they did was there's actually a level of AFL compliance that you need to be able to attain to be able to host an AFL game, which I didn't know. So things like you've got to have your change rooms have to be separate to a warm-up area. You have to have a specific room for a doctor. You have to have certain facilities for the umpires, which are away from where the players change. They've upgraded the lights with the new Velo partnership they've got. They're as good as any lights anywhere in Australia, which is critical for they've got a twilight game there on one of those games. The other one, which hasn't been mentioned, and I don't know this for a fact, but I think it might have something to do with it. Norwood has LED signage around the ground, which guess what? You can just type whatever you want in there, and instantly you've got all that advertising going around the ground. If you were to play it at Nuruyutpa Oval or Tanunda, guess what? There's no, you're going to find it hard to change that signage or put sponsorship up around that.
And that's added revenue, of course.
So I wonder whether that might have had something to do with it as well. But clearly it's been upgraded. It's got great facilities. It's probably the pick of all the sample ones. It's also got proximity to the city as well. If most of the clubs are going to be based in and around there. So, yeah, look, I think in a perfect world, I think you would love to have played one south, one north, one up in the hills. That would have been the ideal, but yeah, this is how it's turned out, unfortunately.
Hey, Bix, just on long contracts, I know a few people have got, they don't like them, quite frankly, and I'm sort of a person that likes about 3 to 4 max. Young Hipwood at Brisbane has got 6 years. What's your thoughts on that?
6-year extension. He had one next year, and he's got 6 after that. So it's effectively the next 7 years. He tied away to 2029. Now, he's coming off a knee reconstruction as well. It's an interesting one because when you look at it with your first take, you say, why would they need to do that? Why would they want to lock him away for that? Why wouldn't we want to lock him away for, say, just 3 years? Let's put a 3-year extension. He comes out of contract in 3 years. I think one of the reasons they were able to do this, or they chose to do this, Brisbane, is, do you know what's going to happen in 3 years' time? There's a kid called Will Ashcroft, who's the number 1 draft pick.
Yeah, he's
going to be 22 and probably one of the best players in the comp. He's going to want a new contract. Hugh McCluggage is going to want a new contract. There's a kid called Zach Bailey. He's going to want a new contract. And there's probably 1 or 2 other young players who are Jasper Fletcher, the first-round draft pick, father-son. He's going to want a new contract. So I feel what they've probably done is they've done this long-term deal and they've probably paid him really well for the first 3 years.
Yeah.
And then I reckon it tails off quite significantly in the last 3. And when you look at Geelong, I think they've been the masters of this.
Yeah.
The reports are that Selwood and Hawkins played on just about minimum chips last year.
Wow.
So they're not getting very big money at all because they've had their turn and they agree to take a big pay cut because guess what happens? You can bring in Jeremy Cameron if you take a pay cut. You can bring in Patrick Dangerfield. And when that happens and you win a premiership, guess what? Everyone's happy.
Probably 10 years ago, it was probably the opposite, where a lot of contracts got bigger and bigger as they went up, didn't they?
Mm. Oh, and you think about, Jack Revolt, Trent Cotchin, those guys are all reportedly, their contracts are reducing quite significantly. Now, let's put some context in this as well. When we say minimum chips, I'm talking Tom Hawkins might be on, let's say, $300,000, which is very low when you're
minimum
considering
chips.
some players are on $1 million. If Joel Selb was on 300, if Jack Revolt's playing this season coming up for 300,000, that's low in AFL terms. But guess what? It'd be difficult for those guys to finish playing and go and
get a job for that.
Get a job and earn 300,000, and they're doing something they love, and they're right at the top of their games. At
Those
the same
minimum
time.
chips still taste nice.
Do they ever? But what I'm saying is they have appreciated the different stages in their careers. They were very much in probably the top 10% bracket of their club, but as they've got older and they need to keep regenerating and other people move into that bracket, they're happy to to slide down the scale a bit. It means they play in a winning team with the opportunities to win premierships, but also it's pretty selfless when you look at it, and it sets a pretty solid example, doesn't it? When you're the next group coming through, and someone says you've got to take a bit of a pay cut, and they say, "Oh, come on, that's a bit rough," and they say, "Well, Hawkins did it, Selwood did it." And that's how we operate here. So I think it's a really says a lot about the club culture, and I think that would have something to do with it. When you look at Brisbane and what they've got and the group they've been able to put together, I think there might be some sort of management there in the way they're making their payment.
So long as there's Matani chicken salt and those minimum.
That's all that matters.
Hey, Bix, thanks for your year, mate. You're going to have a lovely break with your family. Have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you in the new year.
Yes, indeed. Thanks to you guys, and thanks to all the listeners. Love chatting and conversing with everyone. So Merry Christmas to everyone out there.
Cheers, Bix.
See you, boys.
How good's that? Mark Bickley there for the last time in 2022, and you can take a proper test drive of the all-new Toyota Land Cruiser 300 with a brand new 3.3 twin-turbo V6 diesel engine, the most powerful diesel Land Cruiser yet, from Jarvis Toyota, South Road, Clovelly Park. In just a minute, we're going to play some audio that has been coming through this afternoon during the tea break at the cricket from Cricket Australia Chief Executive Nick Hockley. He's responded to a bunch of the David Warner questions from overnight, and including his manager, which is really, really interesting. So we'll play some of that very, very shortly. But before we do that, 82230055. It's that time of the year where we start giving away double passes to the 5AA Lounge. If you want to head to see the Strikers play the Sydney Sixers, it's the 14th of December, so that is only coming up next Wednesday night. You can get your tickets at strikers.com.au, or you can call us now and play our quiz, 82230055. We'll do that next after the traffic.
At Glendoor, we've got a smash on South Road near the railway line. Glenelg East, urgent electrical works there, Anzac Highway near Pine Avenue. Hope Valley, emergency waterworks. Green Junction Road near Valley Road. And North Adelaide, War Memorial Drive is closed today for the cricket. That's just in front of the Adelaide Oval. Busy at the moment, so Donald Bradford Drive at Airport Road with cameras Happy Valley Drive, Happy Valley, and McGill Road at McGill. Going on holidays? Is your pet vaccinated? Book now and ensure your fur family is protected. Book online at greencrossvets.com.au today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. Join Jade Robrin in the studio every afternoon with 5AA's live video stream. Thanks to Foodland. With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland. The mighty South Aussies.
A shock absorber, CV joint, or maybe a bearing kit. It may seem like just a four-wheel-drive part, but open it up and you'll find so much more. Each Terrain Tamer four-wheel-drive part is the culmination of 50 years of experience. Every break, every lesson, every setback far from home strengthens everything we do. So when you break down miles from home and you drag out our number, you'll know you're in safe hands. That's the Terrain Tamer connection, and it comes free with every part.
Hello, I'm Lynn Andrews. For over 50 years, we have specialised in commercial and residential property management. But above all, we specialise in people, helping to make life easy for property investors and the tenants of their properties. Everyone is treated with integrity and respect. That's the Lynn Andrews way. For commercial and residential property management, we are here to help. Visit lynnandrews.com.au.
Get back on the road in the all-new Toyota Hilux at Jarvis Toyota. A 2.8-litre diesel delivering 20 kilowatts more power, plus over 10% improved fuel economy. Rediscover the road in the all-new Toyota Hilux at Jarvis Toyota.
Apply for a mobile card for your business today. Visit mobilecard.com.au to get discounts on mobile quality fuels, zero account fees and other exclusive benefits. Mobile Card. Your business sorted.
You don't have to jump on a plane to find pals from around the world, or even leave the airport. Parafield Airport Liquor Store has thousands of pals in a huge old airport hangar. So maybe their pals are whiskies from Scotland, Ireland and Japan, but that's just some of their pals. With over 300 craft beers, 500 whiskies and over 2,000 wines. New pals from around the world are closer than you think. Parafield Airport Liquor Store. Pals. next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
G'day, Jim. How was your stay in the all-new Riverview Villa at the Berry Hotel?
Oh, Pete, it was very nice.
Berry? Do you mean very, mate?
No, I mean very nice. The Berry Hotel's all-new villas have very comfy beds, very nice waterfront dining, and I played a pretty good round of golf too.
Don't you mean very good round of golf, mate?
No, it wasn't that good.
The Berry Hotel, just a couple of hours from Adelaide. It's the very perfect place for your summer getaway. Book now at berryhotel.com.au. These new waterfront villas are booking very fast.
How far would you go for your dream kitchen? And how far would you go to get free installation? How about 15 minutes up the freeway to Balhanna Kitchens by Design? 2. The largest showroom in the Adelaide Hills. Custom build your dream with our award-winning designers and get free installation on your cabinets with laminate benchtops. For a limited time, of course. Balhanna Kitchens by Design. It's not too far to go to make your dream a reality. balhannakitchens.com.au.
Walker Crash Repairs. For easy insurance repairs on your caravan. Get it fixed right with Walker Crash Repairs.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
23 minutes after 5, we come with some bad news.
Yeah, bad news.
Not very nice news at all. Travis Head has been dismissed.
Run out.
He's been run out and told by Cameron Green to go back into his crease. He was halfway down the pitch, run out for 174.
They call that a barbecuing, don't they?
Torched.
A Weber Q. Torched.
Yeah. I tell you what, get lit, as Barnesy would say.
Barnesy.
Travis wouldn't be laughing right now.
Okay, here we go. We've got a Adelaide Strikers double, Sydney Sixers, 14th of December. If you want to go to the 5AA Lounge, we've got Leah on the line from Lockridge. Leah, here's Timmy.
Yeah, g'day, Leah. I tell you what, this is easy to get these Strikers tickets. The question is, what country does Strikers all-rounder Colin de Grande Home come from?
England.
Bad
sorry,
luck.
Lee.
Unfortunately, we'll have to move to Lily.
Lily.
At West Beach. Hi, Lily.
Hello.
Now,
Lovely
Lily,
name, Lily.
where does Colin de Grande Home come from?
Oh, he sounds like a South African.
Oh, Lily.
Well, there
That's
you go.
funny.
Well, it's not funny. It's incorrect, unfortunately, for Lily, but we'll go to Trevor. Hi, Trev.
G'day, how you going?
All right, my friend. Now, whereabouts do you think Colin de Grande Home comes from? What country?
I reckon it's the Kiwi.
Yeah.
New Zealand's correct.
Did the
Well done. The accent put Lily off, you think?
or the sheep noise?
It might have been that. But well done,
Well
Trev.
done, Trev.
Congratulations. You are off to see the Adelaide Strikers take on the Sydney Sixers, 14th of December, and you'll enjoy the 5AA Lounge.
you'll love it.
Is top class, my friend.
Well done, Trev.
If you want tickets, go to adelaidestrikers.com.au.
25 past 5. Let's go to Ullabury. Hello, Rosemary.
Hello, Stephen. How are you?
Well, yeah, lovely. Almost Christmas, almost holidays. We've got one more week on air, and the Aperol will come out, the boat will get tubbed down, and there'll be Whiting just jumping in left, right, and centre.
Oh, well, that's the way you want them jumping into the boat.
In actual fact, Rosemary, I can feel it. I just thought, yeah, I can. A little bit of campaign.
Now, Stephen.
Yes, Rosemary.
Timmy, you're not aware of this, but while you were away, I was in at your desk.
Oh,
and
right.
Stephen, you made an outright promise to me that you would get rid of that stupid tune and to satisfy that Port supporter that came on before to say, oh, get rid of it, you're a flog or whatever it was.
Yeah, he did.
And then, but play it for the Crows. I think it's about Port Adelaide's turn to have that. Can you feel it?
He did do it to us one year, Rosemary, when we made a prelim. He did, the swine.
I know, but did you notice
Nearly
that he
worked.
never played it again after that, Timmy? But with the Crows, he delights in doing it. Now, Stephen, you'll have me to answer to.
Rosemary, I don't want to be answerable to you. I did have my fingers crossed, my legs crossed, and all sorts crossed. I love it. This song, Rosemary, you know you can. When this comes on, the Jackson 5, you do a little bit of shimmy in your seat.
So, Rosemary,
you love it.
You were the elevated rookie while I was away.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, Leith rang me. Leith rang me, and I was so treated like a queen.
Yeah.
It was just wonderful. And
but now you're trying to get Stephen to do something.
Yes,
Can you
but he
feel
promised me.
my pain?
He promised me, though.
Oh, yeah.
I believe
He's full of false promises,
empty promises,
broken dreams.
My grandson that if I promise I say I'll do something, that's a promise,
That's
and
right.
I definitely will do it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't play it for head.
Okay.
Well,
I actually did. My word means nothing, Rosemary, is all I can say. I'm just a petulant, snotty-nosed little knobnut. Hello, John.
Oh, hi. How you going, Steve?
Yeah, good. Yeah, after Rosemary just bloody peeled me against the wall.
Rosemary's got every right.
Yeah, I was just looking at the World Cup, and I just remembered Craig Goodwin before he left. He had the mentality that he didn't want to just be a participant, but he sort of wanted to make a difference. And I thought, wow, if all the members had the same thought process that Craig had, we would we would go places. And I think they've done that. I thought they exceeded our expectations, which was really great. I mean, Craig Goodwin was involved in 3 out of the 4 goals that were scored by Australia. So, I take my hat off to him. He did really well.
Great. He was outstanding, John. They're on tonight, the Reds.
Yes.
Do we know whether he's playing? Is he playing against the
Well,
Royals?
he was
travelling.
He said he just had to see how the body came up.
I reckon he'll start on the David Dench. If we're in trouble, whistle him on.
Come on, yeah.
And happy days.
That's probably a good move.
Good on you, Johnny. Thanks for that.
Mate.
Just before we go to the 5:30 headlines, so let's take a listen to the CEO of Cricket Australia. He's made some comments during the tea break at the Adelaide Oval around the comments that were made yesterday by the manager of David Warner, James Erskine. Let's have a listen.
Really unhelpful and I think unfounded comments. I think as an investigation was done at the time, this was never and this was not about re-looking at the events or the decision. This was about looking at the sanction and whether the behaviour since and the remediation, the remorse was such that the ban could be modified.
All I'll say about that is, and we said this the other day, for David Warner's manager, Mr. Erskine, who is actually an extension of David and his wife. You manage to represent everything you are. They know the truth about everything.
Party.
That's exactly right. To say that everyone in that team, in that locker room, were privy to Sandpaper Gate, when the bowlers absolutely categorically, we had Nathan Lyon literally sit in here and swear black and blue he did not know anything about Sandpaper Gate, makes somebody be a liar. So either Dave's made it up to make him look good, either Erskine misrepresented David, or the bowlers are lying. Now, that can't be helpful for anyone. And pretty much that's what Nick Hockling said, Cricket Australia CEO. David, shut up. Move on. Cop your medicine, which he has. Now, whether he thinks he's been badly dealt with or the public's turned on him, they haven't turned on you for Sandpaper Gate. They've just turned on you.
You can have your say. It's 5:30, time for the headlines. On the other side, we're going to speak to David Noble. He's got a change of scenery, out from North Melbourne coaching role and into supercars.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, I'm Michaela Kamarik. A $1.5 billion package to help reduce power bills has been given the green light by federal and state governments. COVID case numbers are continuing to climb in SA. 9,986 new cases were recorded in the past week and 35 deaths. Australia will boost military ties with Japan to help keep stability in the region as China grows more assertive, and the 36ers play the Wildcats at home tonight. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Croydon, we've got a breakdown on the north-south motorway just after Port Road. Glendore smash on South Road near the railway line. Glenelg East, urgent electrical works on Anzac Highway near Pine Avenue, while at Hope Valley we've got emergency waterworks. Grand Junction Road near Valley Road. Busy at the moment, Anzac Highway at Marion Road intersection, and look out for a camera, Sir James Hardy Way at Woodcroft. Boxing Days come early at Harris Scarf with up to 60% off all homewares in Manchester, up to 40% off all electrical, and up to 50% off all fashion. Exclusions apply. Sales starts tomorrow. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Clear tonight, a low of 16. Cloud clearing tomorrow, 35. Currently it's 26 degrees. More news at 6 o'clock and as it happens on 5AA.
5AA Breakfast.
The federal government could fund energy rebates for low-income households if the states cap coal and gas prices. The expectation is there'll be a 56% increase in prices over the next 2 years.
I tell you what though, what about Middle Australia?
Informing Adelaide.
They're not down on their heel financially enough to qualify for any assistance, but they're not lighting cigars with $100 bills either.
Yeah. 6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA.
Imagine the thought of innovation at your fingertips, accelerating with efficiency and power. Imagine a bold, striking design with the comfort and confidence of advanced safety tech. Imagine where you could go in a Hyundai SUV. An SUV range with enough style, tech and performance to turn your imagination into reality. So if you're thinking SUV, think Hyundai SUV. Discover yours at hyundai.com.au.
Go on, Nana, do it. No. Floor it.
Get back to doing what you love with a mobility aid from Respirico Scooter World. Whether it's the best seat in the house or a little something to help you balance, Respirico Scooter World can help make your world more accessible. Visit Respirico Scooter World or request a mobile visit for all your sleep, respiratory and mobility needs. Search Respirico Scooter World today.
Every week, all sorts of people do all sorts of things for Meals on Wheels.
I help out in the office, admin stuff.
Yeah, my wife and I drive and deliver food, and I help organise the orders.
I organise lunch and coffee catch-ups for customers.
If you've got a bit of time on your hands, we could do with you.
I was new in town and it gave me a chance to meet people and do something worthwhile.
So what can you do? Go to mealsonwheelssa.org.au. Meals on Wheels. Great food, great people.
Green chopped on, 6 for 4.
Well, that's a bit of, probably a bit of karma for
Karma.
him.
Well, yeah, a couple of texts said that. One of them said sucked in. Well, hang on.
Well, that's a
You
bit
don't
harsh.
say that about a bloke
Bit
getting out.
harsh.
Apparently he ran out our man Trav Head.
He did.
Are they declaring?
No. New batsman
6
coming
for
out.
4, 5, 2. Okay, whatever. One of 5AA's favourites, Barnesy. Don't know why we do that.
Because he does it.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He's from Barbecue Adelaide Weber stores, Jeps Cross and Mile End. If you've not been to the Jeps Cross and Mile End store, I tell you, it's an absolute treat in the summer. I dare to walk in and not buy something.
Oh, I love it, mate.
Barnesy.
I'll tell you what, go in there and have the experience of your life. Check it out. Full range of Weber barbecues. Barbecue Adelaide Weber stores are at Jeps Cross and Mile End, and make sure you catch him.
They've got a full range of Weber barbecues, you're right. And look, they've got everything underneath the sun.
They've got that Yeti.
Oh, yeah.
That Yeti brand.
He dropped it on our desk.
Which is a beautiful
They are
thermal. We've got the thermal
fantastic.
cup, but you can also get the Yeskis and everything else that they do. Magnificent products.
Is Barnesy the one that's got the dog out the front?
Oh, sometimes, yeah.
The Woof Woof?
Yeah, correct.
I think that's another company.
And a boat.
Yes, the North Bank. Make sure you say g'day to Barnesy. Look, he's always cooking up a storm, and it's so easy to do. He'll give you everything you need for the ultimate summer barbecue. For everything barbecues this summer, check out Barbecue Adelaide Weber stores, Jeps Cross and Mile End. And as Barnesy says, you can say it, Timmy.
Prepared to get lit.
Australia, this Christmas, enjoy in-season fruit and veg at Coles.
Right now, 100% Aussie-grown Hass avocados are in season and only $2 each.
In-season at Coles. That's value the Australian way.
Offer ends Tuesday.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA-approved caravan crash repairer.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sport Show.
It's 24 minutes to 6. Still lots to come. We've got Paul Marsh to join us very shortly. A fantastic honour yesterday at the Adelaide Oval for Rod Marsh, so we'll speak to Paul, his son, very shortly. And we're going to speak to a couple of guests who have got some really big things happening. One over in Kangaroo Island with a golf course called The Cliffs, and another Broadview Footy Club have got a huge redevelopment happening. $15 million being pumped into there, so a couple of guests coming up on that. But first, Let's chat to our next guest.
Former North Melbourne coach, Crows and Lions GM of footy, David Noble is the new, CEO of the Tin Tops, the Shell FIVEAA racing team. I think it's called a career change or a sea change. Nobes, welcome. How did this happen?
G'day, Rowey. G'day, Timmy. Yeah, look, I suppose I had time to have a look around, to be honest. I talked to lots of people and got a call from one of the owners, Dr. Ryan Story, just a little bit before Bathurst, invited up to Bathurst to have a look around. And then I guess over the last, or sort of that 7 or 8 week period, we had constant chats, met all the owners, presented and, landed the role.
I pegged you, Nobes, as a career AFL man. So this tells me either AFL wore you out or it hurt you.
Maybe a bit of both. But I was also keen to explore other top-level sporting environments. I mean, I've got a lot to be thankful for. My family's got a lot to be thankful for the career in footy. It's provided me with so many opportunities, the ups and the downs and the experiences that you learn. I guess I've probably been keen to sort of have a look around, I think, Ro, when I had that space and you were able to reflect on sort of where you're at and what the next, 5 to 10 to 15 years might look like.
Dave, I've read here that you've always loved supercars. So what were you, Holden or Ford?
Ooh.
I can't answer that, Timmy. No, look, I've actually got one of each. I've got an early model Mustang, I've got a 65 Mustang, and I've got an 05 Monaro.
Wow. Foot in each
and
camp.
I just loved the battle that used to go. I grew up in Tassie, as you know.
Yeah.
One weekend it'd be the VFL Grand Final, and the next weekend it's Bathurst.
Yes,
and
that's true.
That was the coverage that, we had back home. And I watch rounds. I'm not just a Bathurst watcher. I watch rounds and where the improvements in the cars have been and drivers moving. So, I've followed the sport closely. I've never been able to get involved in it because it's never allowed me with the program of AFL. But, I've been an avid car nut all my life.
Now, the chairman, Ryan Story, actually took you to Bathurst this year. What happened on that weekend? Because you've come back CEO.
I got a chance to have a look at the organisation as a whole. I was lucky to be able to do a bit of travelling up there. I work closely with the commercial director here, a guy called Nigel Calder of Brisbane, and we did quite a bit of commercial work together with the players aligning their ASAs and the like. Nigel is here, so, I was able to pick Nigel's brains. But, Ryan rang and said they were interested in an administrator. He hasn't been all that well in the last couple of years and needed someone to sort of run the day-to-day business. Ryan's still going to be our non-exec chair, and I was still really keen to pick his brains. He's a highly intelligent guy when it comes to strategy and cars. He was the team principal when Scotty McLaughlin won our championship. So that was, I guess, the conversation. I met a new owner called Brett Ralph, who's involved in a number of sports, Melbourne Storm, Melbourne Magic, Lightning, and the Melbourne Aces, and he's now involved in DJR.
I think to be the CEO of any organisation, you need to know the core business, I would say, intimately. Yours is now racing or cars. I know you've got the leadership, the business acumen and experience. Dick Johnson's a legend. Are you going to be able to say, hey, Dick, mate, I'm the CEO. This is how it's rolling now, buddy.
Was it got a whistle?
Yeah, he might have a whistle. But let's talk about Dick Johnson first. What an absolute...
I wouldn't think I'll be quite doing that on my first couple of weeks.
No. Come on, DJ. What a legend he is, Nobes.
Yeah. It's just so iconic. I got a chance to see it firsthand at Bathurst, the number of people that waited in the rain to speak to him, to have a photo. There was a young 10-year-old, I think, that waited about half an hour. His mum had made up one of Dick's old suits, racing suits, and things like that. It's he's certainly, and he comes into work still, every day in the business. He comes in, he's so committed to chatting to his fans. So we're so lucky, to sort of still be able to, use DJ and still have, his name on part of the front door.
Anton Di Pasquale and Will Davidson, are they drive for you next year?
Yeah, but they're certainly, I think it's their third year, I think we've had them together. Really good partnership, those guys. Will's got, so much experience. Having been in the competition now for a long time, he's had a pretty good year, all things considering with Adelaide on the weekend. And look, Anton's, in racing terms, he's still learning, the caper. Front half of the year was really good, had a number of poles and podiums. So, yeah, they work really well together, and they certainly complement each other, and they've both got genuine speed, and the car's able to deliver that, so they work really well together.
Dave, you said at the Crows in Brisbane you really like building that executive admin skill set. Do you prefer being the exec admin or to coaching? Which one was sort of your leaning?
I'd honestly say the exec side of things, I reckon, Tim. I think, I'd ventured into that path. I think if you looked at the last 10 years, 8 of it was in that admin area. So I was still coaching people. It's a different form. The high pressure of sitting in the hot seat was great, and I had some great experiences. But, yeah, my skill set, I think, has developed to a point of being able to help more people internally in the organisation than maybe necessarily on the coaching side. So that was, I guess, the reset that I did. I had a look at some additional study and thought, right, that's the direction I wanted to go, and started to look around for opportunities that were around to put me back into that space.
Yeah, I've got a serious question, mate. It says here you totally agree with the high standards set in the Penske days. Now, is that the file George Costanza was working on, and are you Penske material?
Oh, that's not even funny, Nobes.
First question, I'm not sure. No, look, Roger's still really well revered here. I think you talk about processes and you talk about, people and system. I've never had the luxury of meeting Roger, but he's still very much talked about that we still have a relationship with them. We've got a couple of guys that are thinking of going over there and working within their organisation. So to be able to have that, organisation, when some sort of relationship overseas is fantastic for the development and growth of some of our people.
Nobes, you've got a text for Interactive. Did you apply, think about, seek the AFL GM a footy role, or did they seek you out?
Yeah, I went and had a chat couple of weeks, I think, before I accepted this one, Rowey. I went and spoke to Gil and Andrew Dillon, so they were very, very upfront and, wanted to know where my interest was. And so, yeah, look, I'd said I was certainly interested. They knew that there was something else that was looming at the same time. And, there was a process to go through. But, I guess the length of time I'd been invested with these guys, with Shell FIVEAA Racing, and the opportunity that it presented, it was just too good to not give it a red-hot crack.
Just a little bit of indulging here, Nobes. That 65 Mustang, I'm a 65 baby, is that a two-door?
It is, two-door coupe. It's not a fastback.
Okay. For sale? You want to unload it to 1S row? Well, that's my year. You're a bit younger than me, Nobes. Why have you got a 65, mate?
I went looking for a 67, but I couldn't find one, so I just settled with 65.
Okay. All right.
No, I don't think Sarah would be interested in selling that, Rowey.
Okay.
It probably wouldn't be negotiations wouldn't be between you and me.
Oh, I'm out.
Hey,
Done.
Nobes, did you get down to the Velo 500 and enjoy it?
Yeah, I did. Tim, I was able to come on board on that previous weekend, and lucky enough to get in to the back of the pits and sat on the cans and listened to the debriefs, and met a lot of our partners as they sort of came in and out of the pits. So it was a great experience. It was very warmly welcomed, and started to just get my head around a few of the different areas of the business. Really similar to a match day in a lot of ways. The information, the pre-race briefs, the strategy, the post-race briefs. So that was interesting. But lovely people, great sponsors over a long extended period of time, and so I did get down. I had a ball.
Well done, mate.
Nobes, thanks for your time. Out goes the liniment. You get those fumes right up those flaring nostrils of yours, mate. The Nobes I know, whatever you do it well. All the best, and thanks for your time.
No, pleasure, guys. Anytime, you know that.
Yeah, good man. David Noble, our guest.
Yeah, the new Shell V Power Racing CEO. Who would have thought, hey? Australia 6 for 463 at 14 minutes to 6. Alex Carey in at bat at the moment, 10 runs off 13, and Michael Neeser on 8. We'll take a quick break, check your traffic first, and then on the other side, we'll speak to the son of Rodney Marsh, Paul Marsh.
At Croydon, got a breakdown on the north-south motorway just after Port Road. Glenelg East, urgent electrical works at Anzac Highway near Pine Avenue. Oak Valley, emergency waterworks, Green Junction Road near Valley Road. And we're quite busy at the moment, Muller Road and North East Road. A few cameras to look out for on the drive home, including Arthur Street McGill and Baines Road at Woodcroft. At Foodland, Peculiar Pick mangoes, 4-pack for $4.70 and Aussie raspberries, $4 per 125 gram punnet. Ends today at Foodland. Great food lives here. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Everyday low prices, any time of year. Trust the mighty South Aussies. Great food lives here. Foodland.
You're watching the 5AA live stream thanks to Foodland.
Foodland.
Play Radiothon, raising funds for Variety, the children's charity.
Hey Strikers fans, Sid's here and you don't want to miss this. It's our season opener against the Sydney Sixers on Wednesday, December 14 at Adelaide Oval. Not going to lie, I'm pretty excited about this one and you should be too, as we'll be launching the P-City 2.0 shades as our match day giveaway. These are this summer's hottest item. Visit adelaidestrikers.com.au for tickets, and I can't wait to see the best fans in the league back at Adelaide Oval this summer.
There's nothing better than a perfectly cooked roast on a Webbq barbecue. It really is a roast with the most. For a limited time, you'll receive a free Webbq roasting pack and a Weber handcrafted seasoning with every Webbq barbecue purchased. Creating the best roast chicken, beef, veggies and seafood has never been easier. It's Weber's roast with the most offer. Available at your nearest Weber store, Weber specialist dealers and Weber.com. Offer on now for a limited time only. Find out more at Weber.com. T's and C's apply.
Well, everybody's like this. It's not just having space in your shed. Is your shed a mess? Does it need cleaning up? Does it need some work? I'm telling you, mine does. And this is where I got to get organised and get to Sharman Shelving. They love turning any space into storage space. It'll look good too. That's what they're clever at. Bill or Christine will come to your home, office, workshop, shed, you name it, measure it up, then design and deliver, assemble the perfect storage solution in a great range of colours. How's that? Your shed can be colourful. What a brand new world this is. I'm loving it. Goodbye space. Hello storage space. Now, you won't have to lift a finger either. Suits me. It's all done for you. Actually, you may have to point to the space that you want converted into storage, but that's about it. I can point you. Don't worry about that. I can help you out, Sharman. Don't worry. When it comes to storage solution, everyone needs a little Sharman in their life. So just call into the showroom at 412 North East Road, Windsor Gardens. Visit sharmanshelving.com.au or take a look on Facebook.
This is the BBC Radio News. There's been a murder at Adelaide's Her Majesty's Theatre. Someone is hiding something. A story, a scandal, a secret. Only one of them knows the answer.
Turn that thing off.
A murder?
The woman was strangled. It was horrible.
Are you sure you didn't see or hear anybody? One of you is a killer.
It's all a lot of hooey. The whole thing.
Agatha Christie's masterpiece, The Mousetrap, celebrating a thrilling 70 years on the West End. Now at Her Majesty's Theatre from December. Don't just see it, solve it. Book at themousetrap.com.au.
Cool down this Christmas at Sip and Save. Ho, 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 it's hot.
Yes, and we've run out of bubbles.
Oh, no.
Can you go to Sip and Save, babe?
Okay.
They've got Crozer NV 750ml for $18.99.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Bombay Sapphire Gin 700ml for $48.99.
Holy gosh.
Plus, grab any 2 4-packs of White Claw Hard Seltzers 4.5% for $40 and we could win a Suzuki Jimny.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry bubbliness.
Catalogue specials out now. Shop your way at sipandsave.com.au. T's and C's apply. Prices may vary in country areas.
Scraped your caravan? Your insurance should cover that. Speak to Walker Crash Repairs and let them fix it.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
9 to 6, Terry McAuliffe with just some tips very shortly, but we are absolutely pumped to hit the road for our very good getaway next week. Tim, it's on Thursday, bringing our show from the stunning Berry Hotel, and we're going to take some amazing listeners with us. So head to the 5AA win page if you want to head along and listen to the show over the next couple of days as we continue to give away spots on our trip. Ditch the city for the all-new Riverview Villas at the Berry Hotel. The very perfect place for a summer getaway. Book now at theberryhotel.com.au. But yesterday, as we switch our attention to our next guest, it was a very special day for the Marsh family.
Well, a terrific tribute down at Adelaide Oval for the first day of the test. The Rod Marsh Memorial was revealed in front of his family, and we've got his eldest son, Paul Marsh, on the line. G'day, Marshy. How are you, mate?
Timmy, Rowey, good to chat.
First of all, mate, how are all the family? It's only 8 months down the track, and it's one of those things, unfortunately, been going through the same thing, mate. You really do still miss Dad, don't you?
Yep. You think about him every day, and it probably may get slightly easier, but it's been a rough year, but a lot of people go through it, as you know, and, just very proud of the life that he lived, and the time we got to spend with him was a real privilege. So, look at yesterday's memorial opening was emotional, but just fantastic. We're so proud.
And the thoughts on the memorial itself, I really like the look of it. I love the gloves just sitting on the bench. I thought it was really tasteful.
Yeah, it was great. It was the first time I'd seen it at the actual opening yesterday, and they did a great job. And the linkage with the spirit of cricket, it's something that I think we were so, I used the word proud before, I'll say it again, we were just so proud that that's what the Tucker chose to link to Dad's life and career, and I think that he would have just been, he'd been really happy that that's the story that had been told.
The Rod Marsh MBE, Spirit of Cricket, the Wattle meeting place. Did the family have any say in the design of it? And where exactly is it for those that are in the members who can walk back there, Marshy?
We were consulted through the concept stage. We sort of had a bit of an idea of what it was going to look like, but I think, I'm glad they did this, but they sort of kept the last bit almost away from us just so we got the surprise on the day. So, but we knew the gloves and we knew that, the link to the sprig of wattle and all that. So it was great. In terms of where it is, geography wasn't my best subject at school, but for those of you who do know the members at the Adelaide Oval, it's pretty much straight beneath the David Hooks bar. So, or another way to put it, if you come out of the player change rooms and sort of make your way out to the to where all the tents and that are, it's basically just there. So there's a beautiful sort of bench there for people to sit, and it's been set up as a meeting place. And we went there after play last night and just sat down and before we left, and it's brilliant. It really is. So I'm sure it's going to become a really permanent statue or part of the Adelaide Oval and the best cricket around the world. So hopefully that adds to it.
One of the things in this job you're blessed with is you get to meet wonderful people. Your dad was certainly one, and so was your mum. I mean, in that committee room, sharing a beer or two with Bacchus was just outstanding, and it was emotional for me to see your mum ring the bell to start the test. It must have been a bloody emotional day for you all, Paul.
Yeah, it was. And, we started, I was telling you off air, but we started, we put some of his ashes out at Kooyonga Golf Club in the morning, which is, very close, very dear to Dad. And then, just everyone was just treated us so well. So the ringing of the bell was, was joyous. Mum likes to stay out of the limelight, but that was something that, she loved doing. So, look, it was an incredible day, and I can't thank the SACA enough and the Australian Cricketers Association and Cricket Australia for their generosity in putting the money up to make this happen.
Do you know what's rare? I know we're all Australians, Paul, but I'm struggling to think of another person from another state where they were born, and such a West Australian or Victorian or New South Welshman that comes to another state, has the mark on the state that your dad did, that now that becomes his home, and the memorial is in the state of South Australia, not his hometown. I think that in itself is wonderful respect for your dad.
Yeah, I mean, you said it beautifully, Rowey. I don't think I can add much to that. It's probably it's something when you think about it, you can see that is a big thing for the state of South Australia to do, and hopefully that it won't cause any sort of controversy because they've done this to Dad. But obviously he was in the States for many years, and you know, pretty much got the cricket academy off the ground, worked for the Stacker, been on the board at the Stacker, and South Australia was his home in the end. So
Absolutely.
you know, we're really proud that he's there.
Well, Paul, I was going to ask, when he did start that up, which was in the 90s, did you three boys come over with Mum and live here for a while?
Yeah, so Dan and Jamie came over straight away. I was in Perth, stayed another year just doing university, or in my case, not doing very much for that particular year. But I came over the following year and lived in Adelaide for 10 years, and obviously met you through the Port Adelaide Footy Club.
Yeah.
And so we all got Adelaide roots as well. But at the moment, only my youngest brother Jamie is still living there.
Oh, fantastic, mate. Well, it was a very emotional day, but one you can be very proud of, and it was a lovely gesture, I think, all round, and a terrific memorial to remember your dad forever, and we can all just go there, like you said, and sit down and just have that little moment.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me on, and it's done such a great job. I'd urge everyone to go and have a look at it and have a beer or a glass of red, as he would have, and just, enjoy it.
Excellent, mate.
Well done, Paul Marsh, our guest. Rod Marsh Memorial, just a fitting show of respect, I think, for a man who absolutely loved cricket. He loved the game that was cricket, all the traditions with it, but most importantly, the spirit. Yeah, God bless. Paul Marsh, our guest.
Very, very special indeed, and great. If you can get along to the Adelaide Oval and see it, it would be worthwhile. It is 2 minutes to 6. We're going to take a break for the 6 o'clock news. We're going to speak to Shane Hodby next. The Broadview Footy Club, they've got a $15 million redevelopment being done there, which is absolutely fantastic, and Terry McAuliffe with some tips for the weekend.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Give the gift of live music this Christmas with tickets to the Red Hot Summer Tour 2023, starring Paul Kelly, Bernard Fanning, and Missy Higgins. Plus Mark Seymour, Vicar and Linda, Ian Moss and Troy Casadale at the magnificent Sappelsfield in the Barossa, January 22. It's the ultimate Christmas gift. For tickets, go to redhotsummertour.com.au.
Battling high chlorine when you take your pool blanket off? Rather than trapping excess chlorine that concentrates to higher than intended levels, Sunline Australia's innovative Aquavent pool blanket allows for maximum heat gain and retention, while letting excess harmful chlorine escape. Award-winning Aquavent, the world's only breathable solar pool blanket, is proudly Australian-made for creating a healthier swimming environment. Upgrade to an Aquavent today. Visit sunlineaustralia.com.au.
Why haven't you heard of a grand utility vehicle until now? Introducing the 8-seat Kia Carnival. With a bold and modern SUV-inspired design, class-leading tech, and advanced safety features. Don't compromise on space, comfort, and style. We didn't just make an 8-seat family car. We made a grand utility vehicle. Book a test drive and experience the thrill of the Kia Carnival GUV.
Kia. Movement that inspires.
You simply can't imagine how it would feel to hear a doctor say, your child has a terminal genetic illness. Renee has heard those devastating words 3 times. Her 3 beautiful young kids may never see their 20th birthdays. Childhood dementia causes 90 deaths every year in Australia. It's a number similar to cancer. Little Heroes Foundation, in their support of sick kids, is right behind Renee and other families like hers. You can donate, volunteer and help fundraise by visiting littleheroesfoundation.com.au.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Motley tonight, 11 with the 6 o'clock news. I'm Michaela Kamarek.
All new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander with 10-year warranty, 10 years capped price servicing at Agostino Mitsubishi.
Households and small businesses will be given a discount on their electricity bill from early next year. Michael Packy has more from Canberra.
The federal government, states and territories have agreed to a $1.5 billion package to help people struggling with soaring power bills. Exactly how much households and businesses will receive is yet to be determined. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says relief should start flowing from April next year.
To shield Australian families.
New New South Wales and Queensland have agreed to cap the price of their coal to ease pressure on power generators. Emerging from National Cabinet, Queensland Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk says it's a temporary measure.
This is only for 1 year.
Federal Parliament will also be recalled next week to legislate a year-long cap on gas prices.
COVID case numbers are continuing to climb in SA. 9,986 new cases were recorded in the past week and 35 deaths. Premier Peter Malinauskas says with the Adelaide 500 and the cricket, the virus has had plenty of chances to spread. He says it's important people who test positive isolate at home.
What we're seeing here is the community adjust to the new reality of living with COVID at a different stage.
The AFL concedes it hasn't been easy fixturing its new gather round. All clubs will play an additional game on the same weekend in SA. No team will officially be the home team during the round, despite Adelaide playing the Blues and Port playing the Dogs at their home ground. League executive Travis Auld says it hasn't been easy.
Adding a round of football into what is already a complicated process takes a bit of work, and making sure that everything works in around that, making sure we deliver a fixture that warrants what we want to deliver here. It's just taken a bit of extra time, to be honest.
South Australian exports are continuing to boom, up nearly 23% in the past 12 months. Global demand for our grain, wine and metal products has pushed revenue to a record high $16 billion. Trade Minister Nick Champion says there's been strong growth in our biggest markets, but we're also opening up new ones.
Wheat exports are up 58%, also fueled by that new market in Sudan. Canola's up 210%. Our wine exports are up 5.4%, and demand for copper and metal concentrates is also up. So what we're really seeing is our state's agricultural and mining export industries really boom.
Medibank is about to go offline to carry out a major cybersecurity overhaul following its recent attack. Its IT systems, call centres and retail stores will be closed. Customers will not be able to access services until Sunday. Now turning to 5AA sport, and Travis Head has led Australia to a massive first innings total in the second test against the West Indies. He's been dismissed for 175 runs after a massive partnership with Marnus Labuschagne at Adelaide Oval. Australia is currently 6 for 478. Lionel Messi's hopes of a fairy tale World Cup win with Argentina will be on the line tomorrow morning when they face the Netherlands in the quarter-finals. Former Socceroo Craig Foster says Messi needs more support from his teammates.
If he's able to go on and carry them past the Netherlands and then on to the title, it'll be one of the all-time great performances because there's not a huge amount around him.
In the A-League tonight, Adelaide United are in Brisbane to face the Raw. Also tonight, the 36ers play the Wildcats at home. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Crayfords, got a crash on the freeway up track near the tunnel. It's got a lane blocked and some pretty gnarly delays too. Glenelg East, urgent electrical works on Anzac Highway near Pine Avenue, and Hope Valley, emergency waterworks there. Grange Junction Road near Valley Road. North Adelaide War Memorial Drive is closed today for the cricket, just in front of the Adelaide Oval. And look out for a camera gauge street at Firle. Say yeah, nah to Qatar, and yes to Sportsbet, the easiest place to bet this World Cup. Download the Sportsbet app today. Gamble responsibly. 1-800-858-858. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Clear tonight, a low of 16. Cloud clearing tomorrow, 35. Sunday, a shower or two, 25. And Monday, a shower or two and 19. Right now, it's 25 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
You can trust 9 News is live and local, while others do their news from Melbourne. 9 News is made in Adelaide for Adelaide. Weeknights at 5.
First in Adelaide's 9 News at 5.
Nightly at 6.
And the unprecedented police operation.
We go to some breaking news now, and crews are right now at the scene.
And that's why the switch is on to 9 News.
The timing could not be better.
Cheapest Chips.
Cheapest Chips huge Tons of Toys catalogue is out now. It's loaded with tons of deals on big brand toys like Disney, Harry Potter, Barbie, Hot Wheels, Pets Alive, and so much more. You'll get tons of value on a great range of board games too. Also on puzzles, Nerf, and outdoor pool games. In fact, you can even grab yourself a pool. Look for the huge Tons of Toys catalogue in your letterbox now and live cheaper at Cheapest Chips in store or online.
That's a painful noise no one wants to hear. A gum tree branch damaging your caravan. If an accident like this does happen, speak to Walker Crash Repairs and get it fixed quick. They are the experts in caravan repairs. Scrapes, dents, holes, and that little incident reversing the van that no one else needs to know about. Walker Crash Repairs, for easy insurance repairs on your caravan. Get it fixed right with Walker Crash Repairs, your RAA approved caravan crash repairer.
Walker Crash Repairs, for easy insurance repairs on your caravan. Get it fixed right with Walker Crash Repairs.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 6 minutes after 6. Australia are 6 for 478. Alex Carey is on 16, not out with Michael Neeser. And our next guest, I think they'll be very happy with their footy club. Lots of money being pumped into it.
Well, I'll tell you what, we normally associate this name with golf.
Yeah, Drummond.
Yeah, Drummond Golf is an absolute legend. Shane Hodby, welcome to the show, but he's actually the president of the Broadview Football Club. How are you, mate?
Welcome, Timmy and Rowey. How are you, boys?
Oh, excellent. I love how you welcome us to your show.
Sort of guy I am, mate.
I love it. Hey, what's happening?
In the room.
Yeah, what's happening out there? A $15 million redevelopment. Tell us all about it.
I only wish it was 15 mil. It was 5 mil.
Is that all? Oh, must be a misprint here.
Yeah, no, it's great to basically get sort of 5 million. Sort of 3.5 mil came from the council,
okay,
1.5 from the state, and then the Broadview community. We put in $250,000 of our own money.
Yep.
To make sure that we get what we're after, state of the art, for the new Broadview Community and Sports Hub. It's been in the pipeline since 2013.
Wow. Now, we've seen quite a few around the state because obviously with the advent of women's footy, it's just exploded, especially in junior level, and of course facilities just weren't up to it, were they? So this is probably a bit overdue, mate.
Look, it's well overdue. I mean, the participation women in sport has been huge, but in particular football. And we were saying not long ago at one of the council meetings that if we did this building 5 years ago, it would have missed the mark because we would have only had 2 change rooms. So obviously now they've got to be up to spec. They've got to have 4 change rooms, and we've got sort of 7 women's teams.
Great.
So again, you can see the explosion in women's football. So it's awesome for the club and for the sport.
How much has that impacted? Because I mean, I just read another article there. It was 15 million, whether it was or not, Shane, I'm not sure. But women's football, it's exploded. But God, you've had to invest a lot in your infrastructure and your capital, haven't you?
Yeah, look, I think it's something, sort of equal rights across the whole playing field these days. Obviously with the women's AFL sort of coming in different pay packet, bringing it up to to the real world, which is great. But yeah, you need facilities to be able to enhance that. That's what we've sort of seen at other clubs over the years. I mean, Atherton Football Club is one in particular. Great looking building up there. And again, it's just going to bring more people to the game. Probably the biggest issue we have with the explosion is there's not enough ground space.
Yes.
When you've got
green space,
25 teams, 25 teams on one oval, you get the senior coach, Matty Burgess, going, hang on, I need a bit more room. But the reality is that it is what it is, and we've just got to work within our means with all the coaches.
No wonder you didn't get a driving range and a putting green for Drummond Golf out there, Shane.
Mate, that's probably the other 10 million we'll probably put on top of the roof. That's the next part of it. So
Top golf, I like it.
You've got to diversify things, boys. So
yeah, well done. Well, to Broadview, it's fantastic. But while we have got you, because you are our Drummond Golf man, Shane, Live Golf here. How good's that for the state?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, it's to have it for 4 years. To the Premier and obviously the work he's done behind the scenes, is absolute sensation. I tilt my hat to Peter Malinowskis just to be able to secure it for a little old South Australia. It just tells you that we are a destination point in golf, and probably seeing Wade Ormsby, a local grown boy, to be playing in that event is sensational. And I was lucky enough, probably just going sidetrack there a little bit, was I went over to Kangaroo Island to see the sod turning of the new
Cliffs?
the Cliffs Kangaroo Island
Wow.
golf course.
Yeah.
Sam Atkins and his team, and Wade was over there and having a chat to him, and he just said, mate, it's just unbelievable what it's done for golf. You know, the different type of atmosphere. The players are really, really enjoying it as well. And at the end of the day, that's what you want is the players, because they're the ones that are bringing, the sport to the fans as well. And unfortunately, I caught up with your mate Paddy Carpenter over there as well and had a few beers with him.
Well, I've heard a bit about what's happened over there because Darius Oliver is the architect, and we know what he created at King Island. So it's just fantastic for KI. We're going to get Kajamati on very shortly because he half put it all together with a number of phone calls. But Shane, it is a small town, and I heard you stitched up a couple of people on Kangaroo Island that have got a few sore heads now. So thank you.
Yeah, well, apparently we're going to be heading over there and having a bit of a fishing trip by the sounds of Paddy's saying. So
yeah, well, that'll happen.
It's an awesome place over there. So
well done. Shane, to all your team at Broadview Footy Club, congratulations. Keep up the great work at Drummond. And, yeah, thanks for mentioning the Cliffs because that is going to be absolutely world-class. Thanks for your time.
just one final thing before I go. I just want to say Merry Christmas to both you, yourself and Timmy.
Yeah.
And Timmy was down with our big swing, so we're going to get you guys down there once that opens with the 5 simulators and so on. Timmy had a go at it. He was that close to getting a hole in one, weren't you, Timmy?
Oh, that was in the basketball.
Hang on, Shane. I know he can't swim. He certainly can't ride a bike. Please tell me he's got a natural swing. Can he hit a golf stick?
Honestly, though, we did. Shane, tell the boys how I was having a crack, and you said, if you don't want to play golf, Timmy, because you're no good at it, how about you have a go at... How many sports was it? There was basketball, there was soccer, there was hockey.
Yeah, lacrosse.
Just kept going.
You've got baseball. You've got 15 different sports that you can play.
Goodness
15.
It's going to be awesome.
It will be great. So we'll get your boys down there to do a show down there in the near distant future.
Merry Christmas, Shane. You're a star.
Excellent. Thanks, guys.
Mr. Drummond Golf himself, Shane Hodby.
That was awesome. I tell you, the experience I had, I thought, I cannot wait for it to open. It's going to be awesome, mate. Moving right along, because
this is something you're good at.
Well, I do.
Punting.
I need to have a bit of fun, and I'm going to racing.com. Terry McAuliffe, how are you, mate?
I'm well, thank you, Tim. Rowey, how are you, boys?
Excellent, my friend. We've got the Christmas handicap on tomorrow.
We have. Just before we get to that, Sunday is Bordertown Cup Day, so looking forward to getting there. But heard you boys chatting a little earlier, and the Penske file's running in race 2 on Sunday, having its first start.
So it wasn't a wasted material, Terry. Thank you.
You might have to have something on it, mate. Race 2.
What am I missing here?
It's a Seinfeld reference.
Oh.
You're not a Seinfeld man, Rowey.
Oh, that's straight over my head.
Obviously not.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm more the Three Stooges and...
Yep.
You know.
Yep, spot on. So am I.
F-Troop.
Don't worry about that.
Cool. Friends.
Yeah, no, I love the Three Stooges. Gee, that's going back. Well, you and I do go back, Rowey. I heard you saying you were... I think you're 57, aren't you, Roy? You're a 1965 baby. You were talking about the car with Notary. Yeah. I'm a 64 baby, so, Abbott and Costello, I go back to that Three Stooges day as well.
Nothing wrong with it, mate. Nothing wrong with it. Hey, in the Christmas handicap, what do you like? Because you know what I'm like. I pick one out of the bag, and I'm going extra time.
Okay.
Gee, well, I part own it.
Oh, do you?
Hello.
Oh,
no, I do.
Would you credit yourself?
I did not know that. So, am I not too far off the mark there, Terry, this time?
Oh, look, he ran really well first up. I'm not quite sure if he can get away with winning a race like the Christmas Handicap, but he's actually part-owned. I'm in a syndicate with a few boys, and including Nick Chigwinen and some of Chiggy's mates, Bomber Whelan, and some of the boys involved with the Glenelg Footy Club. Paul Forster, former outstanding cricketer there at Glenelg as well. So, yeah, there's a few of us involved, but... yeah, he ran really well first up. I think he'll run well, but the stablemate Manhattan Times is probably obviously more fancied of the two McDonald Lewis runners. And Jason Holder to ride. How good was that stubby meeting the West Indian Jason Holder at the cricket?
That photo was gold. Now you know how I feel every time we have a guest come in here and have a photo with them. I look like Stubby Holder every time.
I know that feeling. Don't worry.
It's wicked, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, your pair of jockeys.
So you reckon Manhattan Times, that would be your favourite for that race?
Oh, look, I think he's more fancied of the two runners we've got in the race. But Extra Time ran super first up. He's got a good draw and he's got Jess Eaton to ride. So,
Yes.
yeah, we're hoping. But he's about 20 to 1. You might as well have something on him. He hasn't won for a while, though, Timmy.
Doesn't matter. I will do exactly that, my friend. Before you go, anything else on the card that we like?
Well, John Kelton, who I'm working with these days on racing.com, he's got a strong association with the Will Clarkin yard, and they've actually just purchased a horse formerly trained by Rosalind Day. It's running in the race prior to the Christmas, race 7, number 12, Jean Valjean, and they've already put their money on it. It was $7.50 or $8 when the markets first went up. It's about half that now, so it's been heavily back. So I'd suggest they're expecting it to be very hard to beat first up at the stable. So I think it's the best bet on the program there tomorrow, boys. Race 7, number 12, Jean Valjean. And
Start in La Mise, that horse.
Yeah.
Jean Valjean.
Richard and Chantel Jolly, they are going for 14 consecutive Saturdays where they've trained at least a winner. So
Oh, wow.
if you want to back a winner, just follow R&C Jolly. They are just on fire.
Great work, Tez. Thanks for that. Terry McAuliffe, racing.com. Jean Valjean, La Mise.
Wow, fantastic.
Beautiful.
All right, just in a few minutes' time, we're going to give away another opportunity for a listener who has applied for the getaway that we're doing to the Berry Hotel next week. We're going to do that on the other side of the break. And also check out that Cliffs golf course on Kangaroo Island we were just speaking about with Shane. With Kaj Amadio, which is going to be very exciting. That's all in a few moments' time, 17 after 6.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. This year's 5AA Radiothon proudly raised much-needed funds for Variety, the children's charity. A great supporter of this year's Radiothon was Australian Outdoor Living. They offer everything you need to bring your backyard dreams to life. So don't wait for your dream backyard. Inquire today, and you can also help kids in need. Thank you, Australian Outdoor Living, for your support of this year's 5AA Radiothon, raising funds for Variety, the children's charity.
The CMC Markets Invest mobile app lets you trade Aussie and international shares in the palm of your hand. Shares can be a great way to build wealth, either as an investment on their own or maybe as a stepping stone towards your house deposit. With CMC Markets Invest, you can buy Aussie and US shares from $0 brokerage. Start investing at cmcmarkets.com.au or download the app today. Limited to one buy order under $1,000 per stock per trading day for Aussie shares. FX spreads apply. CMC Markets does not provide personal financial advice. Consider your finances before investing. T's and C's apply.
There's nothing better than a perfectly cooked roast on a Webbq barbecue. It really is a roast with the most. For a limited time, you'll receive a free Webbq roasting pack and a Weber handcrafted seasoning with every Webbq barbecue purchased. Creating the best roast chicken, beef, veggies and seafood has never been easier. It's Weber's roast with the most offer. Available at your nearest Weber store, Weber specialist dealers and Weber.com. Offer on now for a limited time only. Find out more at Weber.com. T's and C's apply.
This is the BBC Radio News. There's been a murder at Adelaide's Her Majesty's Theatre. Someone is hiding something. A story, a scandal, a secret. Only one of them knows the answer.
Turn that thing off!
A murder?
The woman was strangled. It was horrible.
Are you sure you didn't see or hear anybody? One of you is a killer.
It's all a lot of hooey. The whole thing.
Agatha Christie's masterpiece, The Mousetrap, celebrating a thrilling 70 years on the West End. Now at Her Majesty's Theatre from December. Don't just see it, solve it. Book at themousetrap.com.au.
Another panettone, Tony.
I couldn't have another, Mother.
Have another, Tony.
I've had another, Mother.
Have another, panettone, Tony.
Fine.
Traditional fruit panettone for just $8.99 this Christmas. Aldi. Good. Different.
You gotta love end of year at Southern Mitsubishi and Wayville Mitsubishi. Nothing stops them from giving you the best car buying and servicing experience in Adelaide. Southern Mitsubishi has undergone a major expansion with more used cars in stock than ever, plus same day or next day servicing. And of course, the new Wayville Mitsubishi showroom is just spectacular. Looking for a new Mitsi or an outstanding used vehicle? Head to Wayville and Southern Mitsubishi. driven by Australian Motors.
Go Vita, your local health food shops. Over 30 years health and wellness experience and over 300 natural health practitioners specialising in you.
Hi, I'm Ines from the Go Vita store at Manapara. Cleopatra certified organic apple cider vinegar with mother from fresh New Zealand apples. 946 mils, recommended retail price $14.95, now $10.95.
Go Vita, Colonnades, Fairview Green, Marion, Mount Barker, Manopara, Semaphore and Tanunda. Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA approved caravan crash repairer.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
21 after 6. Next Thursday, we are taking the sports show on the road up to the Riverland, the Berry Hotel, a very good getaway location. And we've been asking our listeners all week to get on the 5AA win page to have a crack, and you can hop on the road with us. We have one of our listeners on the line who will be heading along.
Absolutely. It's Jason Ross. G'day, Jason.
There you go, Timmy. How are you, mate?
I'm very well. You ever been to Berry?
I have been to Berry, but a long time ago.
Well, you're going to enjoy this, mate. These new villas are amazing. You're going to
Bring your
absolutely love
skis.
it. Yeah, no, don't do that. He's just going to come and enjoy the atmosphere and the views and the meal and the dinner that I'm going to put on for you, Jason. You don't mind?
Thank you.
You don't mind listening to stories, do you?
No, I love stories, mate, and the bigger they are, the better they are.
And I can do exactly that for you. In
bedtime
fact,
stories, Thank you, mate. Timmy.
I'll still be talking to you when you go to bed, whether you like it or not.
Well done, Jace.
Next Thursday.
Thanks for the Berry Hotel and you guys at 5AA. No, thank you. Looking forward to it, guys.
We look forward to having you
brilliant.
up. Jason, well done. And you can
Thanks,
ditch
mate.
the city as well as Jason for the all-new Riverview Villas at the Berry Hotel. Book now, berryhotel.com.au.
Well, South Australia's going to be very proud of this when it's done. The Cliffs on Kangaroo Island, it was launched yesterday. It will truly be a world-class course. Our next guest is Kajamadio. He was there from the planning, I guess, and the dreaming of this to make it reality. They call him the connector. The
Oh, I like it.
Remember they used to call Tom Lynch that?
Absolutely.
They connect the defence with the attack.
Good point.
Kaj, your star, welcome.
How are you, Rowey?
Oh, great, man. It was a big day yesterday, turning the sod. Hey, let's go way, way, way back, because you were a part of that. Who dreamed the first dream for this course?
Well, let me tell you, it was never ever planned.
Okay.
The only thing I did was I was playing golf with Jenny, my wife, at the Kingscote Golf Course. And it was around about January, and it was pretty dry and dusty, and there's no greens, it's scraped. And I'm saying, crikey, we got to do better than this.
Yeah.
So I'd become friendly with a fellow by the name of Michael Woolridge,
Mm-hmm.
who was a world-class golf course designer who had teamed up with Peter Thompson, one of our great golfers. And I said, Michael, look, I wonder if you'd mind coming down to Kangaroo Island as our guest. Have a look at this Kingscote Golf Course to see if it's worth, improving on it, spending money on it to get it up to a reasonable sort of condition. Caddy said I'd love to. So down they came, and I'd organised a cart for him, and so we're driving around the Kingscote Golf Course, and he had a very bleak look on his face. I said, what do you think, Michael? Oh, Caddy said, it's a very boring golf course. I said, right. But he said, you've got great potential. He said, you've got good soil, all sandy. You've got plenty of space. You've got the waste system next door, so you've got plenty of water. He said, I think it's worth pursuing.
Hey, Kaj, I was just wondering, how did you pick that spot exactly? Because it's on like...
No, hang on. I'm getting onto that. So while he was down here, he obviously did a little bit of fossicking around. He said to me one day, he said, Cad, 2 o'clock tomorrow, I've got a helicopter coming from Melbourne. I want you to be here, and we're going to go and have a look at a couple of sites.
Mm-hmm.
I said, oh, okay. So sure enough, the next day, over comes the helicopter, we get in, and we head down the south coast of Kangaroo Island, which Michael had already done some fossicking around. And the guy in the helicopter was Andrew Purchase, who was the builder of the Cape Wicker down at King Island.
Yeah, that's it.
Golf course. And so Andrew's looking, said to the pilot, put it down over there. So we land the helicopter, and he gets up, walks around, and he looks at the site, and he said, Cad, he said, if this is not the greatest site I've ever seen in Australia, or in fact the world. He said, I don't know what it is.
Wow.
He said, I've just built Cape Wickham at King Island, and he said, if we've moved 150,000 tonnes of soil there to build a golf course, and I'm not quoting the actual figures, he said, here, we barely have to move 5,000 tonnes. He said, the golf course is already here.
Yeah.
And it was just amazing how he had the foresight, the vision to see that golf course in front of him. Now, since then, of course, now that was around about 2010. We're now 2022. 12 years.
Wow, it's just amazing. And then Sam Atkins gets on board with Ross Pelligra. You make a few calls. Darius Oliver, we spoke to him the other day. It's just, and look, I do call you the unofficial mayor of Emu Bay and Kangaroo Island, but you must be so proud that it's just finally turned the sod. You've got all the investment, and this is going to happen, Cadge, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Look, I am very proud, but it's been a team effort. From get-go, all I did was made the phone call, the famous phone call, and got the ball rolling. But who was to know that out of that phone call, we're going to finish up with one of the best destination golf courses in the world? It's amazing.
Fantastic.
It's quite amazing, how things happen.
Cadge, we have to get you on to tell the whole story. Might have to do a Cornsey.
Conversations with Cornsey. Great idea.
Cadge has already done that.
He's already done it.
Cadge, you and Jan, brilliant to everybody there. To Sam Atkins, I know that yesterday was outstanding.
Yeah, Sam's been marvellous. I can tell you that Sam has knocked down doors that we couldn't. Yeah. And somehow he did it, and it was just amazing that got it over the line. Yeah,
Ross Pelligra, great investor in South Australia.
And the Pelligra boys, they've been a great addition to the whole group.
Yeah, now, Cadge, save that little resort next to you because I'm on holidays next week. You might get a little phone call from 1S Row with a little 20-foot Nereus.
Mate, the blueies are running. The squid is jumping into their boat.
Beautiful,
and whiting, I can tell you, are fabulous.
Well, Ned McHenry's just moved into the building, and we've got the fishing show next. Cadge, well done. Thanks for your time.
Okay, mate. See you soon.
Very exciting. The Cliffs Kangaroo Island. Remember that name?
I will.
The Cliffs Kangaroo Island.
All right.
Amazing work. We thank for Cadge for his time. It's time for us to get out of here. Enjoy the weekend. Next, Ned McHenry's going to replace you, Tim, in that chair for the fishing show on a Friday night.
See you, Timmy.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
For 75 years, Bupa has helped prepare Australians for every little bit of life that lies ahead.